Hey, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Man, wow. Saturday night, July.
I think this looks really good.
Why?
I think you look really good like this, dude. Keep talking. You can
Stop. Oh my gosh.
Dave, don't mind me.
Oh, it's so bright.
Are you made of hero glow?
Am I? Yeah, dude.
We're just doing
Turn the lights. We're just getting charged to get my hero glow charged up. When we turn these lights off, just whoa.
You're just glowing.
I'm just luminescent.
Shouldn't have eaten that radiation.
Like that kid from Sky High, dude. That's what I kind of look like when I got my hero glow going on.
I remember seeing a tweet a while ago saying, like, if I got announced as a sidekick in front of the whole school,
dude.
Oh, that would hurt so bad.
That'd be
tough, man.
That would be so tough. That would hurt. Sidekick.
Wow. Wow.
Lightning in a bottle.
That was
just captured, ladies and gentlemen. That is so funny.
That's incredible.
What's up, Jeff? Jeff Bozeman. How's it going, man? It's going good. We're just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Little
hangout stream.
A little late night clicks.
Late night clicks.
Yeah, main man Dano, but you're joining us.
I think everything's good to go. Yeah,
it looks good to me, man.
Hung up a new poster, guys.
Y'all seeing the smash and destroy up here?
Fun.
Pretty sick. You can see the Masters of Time. We got the wide angle shot today. We got the Masters of Time. Mm-hmm. Smash and destroy.
We got a shelf you guys can stop complaining about. It's not going to fall.
Yeah.
We promise. Now we have 2 shelves. I actually ate the centerpiece of it earlier because I got a little hungry.
Yeah, he completely. That's actually just the same shelf, but Ian just did a big old chomp.
You got it.
Yeah, McConnell, this is like a fashion clothing rebranding thing by Austin Babbitt, and his number is 730. He prints that on everything. These shirts, I think
area code?
I think you would get a kick. It's his birthday,
July
30th or whatever, right?
Gotta have a trademark.
This is pretty cool. What he did for this series was you actually just bought a random hoodie and you didn't know what Pokemon you were going to get.
And you got Zubat?
Zubat. There's worse ones. There's better. There's better.
The worse ones are?
Oh, I mean, like, I wouldn't really like, what's the weird crab-like one?
Oh, that is a worse one.
You know, like, there's plenty. I think there's plenty of worse ones. I think Zubat's color scheme at least
Psyduck would have been so tight.
Would have been really cool, dude. Psyduck and Golduck. For the random T-shirt I ordered, I did get Onyx on the T-shirt. I would have killed for Onyx on this hoodie, though.
Onyx would have been nice.
Onyx is a fave.
A good one.
Geodude, I love the Rock-type Pokemon.
Oh, sure.
Love Geodude, love Onyx. But yeah, so he did another thing for Yu-Gi-Oh! And I actually bought like 3 hoodies because it's like the original Season 1 cards from Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm just begging for Flame Swordsman.
Dude, Flame Swordsman.
So hoping, dude.
Buster Blader would be like next level. I think he's a Gen 1. He's an OG.
A Gen 1, yeah.
He's got to be. Buster Blader was the man.
That's just something he does where it's like you don't know what character you're going to get. So it's kind of fun where it's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon random packs, but yeah. Anyways, and this is all recycled materials. So I really like the way this hoodie looked, and it looks like it used to be some weird brand. It says 2012 on it right here that this Zubat is printed over.
Oh, you weren't going to mention the shelf this week? I don't believe you. I don't believe you at all. But no, I don't know. My Pokemon knowledge is definitely a bit limited, I would say. Like
a lot of mine came
I had a lot of the DS games, but I think
Oh, really? Okay.
the last one that I really played was, I want to say Black.
Okay.
I played a lot of Platinum, but definitely like Fire Red. That was like the one that I went all out on.
I don't know anything about the games. I only watched the show.
Dang.
I never played any of the games. I played the only Pokemon game I've ever played is Pokemon Go.
Wow.
Yeah. I've only watched
I
only watched the TV
You never
show.
got an emulator on your phone? No.
I've never had an emulator for anything ever.
Never had a handheld?
I had like a DS and stuff, yeah.
But you never had Pokemon for it? Kirby?
My family did, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. We've probably talked about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes it's just a bit striking,
That's
indeed.
But
crazy, man.
We watch the show. Every day at like 2:30 or something on Cartoon Network. Brock is the man. Brock rocks. Like he's the GOAT, dude. So, yeah, I don't know. And then yeah, played Pokemon Go when that came out. That was about it. So
Heck yeah, dude.
that's my Pokemon experience. Bought a ton of the cards. Begged grandma to buy me tons of cards as a kid growing up.
Oh, dude, cards were where it was at.
Dude, ripping packs.
But honestly,
I always knew I loved ripping packs. I'll tell you that.
They never compared.
Oh no,
They
to
never
HeroClix?
compared.
Not even close.
There
I
were so
wish
many
I
card
wish I
games
could
when
have
we were
bought.
growing up,
Dude, I wished
too.
I could have bought HeroClix at Walmart growing up.
Yeah.
That'd have rocked.
I suppose you never had access to the, you could have never been exposed to them.
Yeah.
Because you were just like, you had big, hey guys, we're taking a family vacation to Walmart this week, right?
It's basically
We're
how
going to
it,
hop in the Nest
how it-
van. That's
how
what
it
we're
feels.
doing.
We had a Suburban.
No.
Come on.
Biking down to the local comic store and
That
buying
would
a
be
pack
impossible. Yeah.
yeah, man, just like
Biking
collecting
to the
spare
comic
change
store?
and
Insane.
a few bucks here and there and being like, all right, I can get one booster. And then you'd pull a unique and it'd just be like, oh my gosh. Okay, well, I don't have a lot planned for discussion tonight. We were just thinking, why not go live? It's a Saturday night. Hopefully you guys had a wonderful 4th of July.
Yeah. Hey, yo, shout out the 4th of July. Let us know if you did anything fun, cool, whatever, anything special.
If you played a 4th of July team.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The one we're going to do tomorrow for our locals is they all have to have energy explosion.
Interesting.
Somewhere on the dial, so it's like a fireworks theme, right? So they either have to have equipped an item that gives an energy explosion, which just means for an extra 5
Pumpkin
points, I can
bombs.
play anyone. Yeah, for 5 points, I can just add anybody to the team. Pumpkin bombs, there's the ring, incandescence.
Oh, yeah.
There's, if you want to
Wow,
do
that's so
15 points,
lame.
there's the glider, right? It's just like I
Sure.
can just ignore the rules for the most part if I wanted to with like equipping energy explosion. But that means they're not equipped something else. I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I guess there's like a little bit of a trade-off. It'd be really funny to play just like Colossus Prime and give him the pumpkin bombs. Be so mean-spirited.
dang. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be awful. Just play like, I don't know, like full point Cathan. What was it, 300 points?
It's like 400 golden or something. It's something silly. They're playing Golden Age, I know that. I think it's 400 golden, and then every figure has to have energy explosion traded, or
You should just play God Emperor Doom.
that'd be chill.
I think that's play Scrappy Doo with the pumpkin bombs. Cooking up. I think that's a good
Is
idea.
that good?
Let's see, what iconics would you make? I would make Spawn if Todd can be a cool dude. I think.
Sadly, Todd McFarlane's so not cool.
Yeah, I don't think he's a
He's not
super cool
he's just not a
dude.
cool dude.
For those who don't know, very early on in HeroClix's origin, they did reach out and they did want to make Spawn. And I believe Todd McFarlane responded with that his Spawn miniature must have a cloth cape. And they were like, dude, like we can't do that. He's like, all right, no deal. And who knows, maybe they've knocked on the Spawn door again. Personally, I would also love to see Spawn. Calder, you like to talk a lot about how Superman is written to where he can like do anything, right?
Yeah.
Spawn is written
Is really?
truly.
Oh, okay.
Like he's like, oh, he's the God King of the universe and all realities. And there are times where Spawn like
I
could
don't like that.
he could
I just
he could
don't.
mess up anybody in Marvel, DC, whatever.
Is that
like,
interesting?
no, it's not.
Okay. That's
I
what
think
was about to
Spawn
say.
is like an actual character is cool, but there's just
Okay.
been spin-offs of him in the same way they've done with Superman, where it's like this is Superman, 1 million gajillion
right.
super sun
Years in the
God.
sun. Yeah, they're just so lame.
Yeah.
They
do the same thing with Spawn.
Spawn looks cool though. I feel like Todd McFarlane has even broken that rule himself because he's made Spawn action figures that have a plastic cape or a vinyl cape.
Maybe it's time to knock
Right?
on that
So
door. Yeah.
knock on the door. Hey,
We want to make
hey,
Spawn.
hey, hypocrite! Like really be really mean to him about it.
Yeah,
What's
you have,
this?
like,
You see
emails
this?
printed out from
What's this?
2002.
What's this? This is a plastic cape, huh? You got an answer for this?
Do
Let
ya?
us make the miniature.
Do you?
You know.
So
If I
yeah,
could choose one iconics, I mean, it'd be Evil Dead. It'd be like Army of Darkness, Evil Dead, like Ash and Evil Ash, or Ash and Henrietta with like the Necronomicon, the shotgun, the chainsaw.
I want to see a sculpted the grandma.
That's Henrietta.
That's Henrietta.
Yeah, Henrietta.
I want to see a sculpt where it's like the door.
Ooh, yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah,
dial, like
cellar
halfway
door.
up. And
That
she's
would be cool.
peeking
I would
through.
like that.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, an Evil Dead iconics would be sick. That'd be my top choice for an iconics.
I think right now, like I saw that Adam Shiver, the guy who makes like the custom cases, he made a Hellboy case very recently, and that was just like, oh my gosh, dude, I want Hellboy back in the game
That
so
would be
bad.
sick.
So, as for like right now, like yeah,
Hellboy's top.
having Hellboy back in the game would be so cool. And I mean, he's got a small enough crew to where I think you could nail down a lot of Hellboy stuff in like 5 to 6 figures, maybe even like 3. going back and just reprinting that box set, even like that would be totally fine with me. Getting a Hell Baby back again.
Yeah, a little.
Big fist, and he's
Yep.
like dressed in school
Yeah.
clothes.
Like,
Yeah,
he's
man.
cool.
But if they literally just re-sculpted the one, where he's got like the sword behind his head and the
Yeah,
gun,
that's-
gosh. Well, he has a gun, so they can't. Them's
But
the
it's
breaks.
Hellboy. He's got a big, but it's a big old gun,
It's
right?
a big old gun.
It's a big
yeah.
old. It's not, it's not forged and cable big old guns, but it's.
It's a little like, almost like a pirate gun.
You gotta
Little
have. Yeah, it's like a
hand cannon,
blunderbuss.
right?
It's huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a blunderbuss. There you go.
What's it
For
called?
a while, like
What is
Invincible,
Hellboy's-
I wanted to see again, but honestly, I've really cooled off on Invincible as of late. Not even as of late. A while ago.
I don't know. Season 3 was pretty good. Season 3 was much better than season 2 for sure. I've never read the comics. I would love to eventually. I think I probably will, but
Probably should. One day.
probably yeah.
It'll come. But yeah, I think Hellboy is like my top pick right now. That's like the third party I'd like to see back in. Or just, I mean, a Judge's box set would also be so cool.
Judge
dude.
Dredd, and we actually get Judge Dredd on the Lawmaker
Yeah.
on his motorcycle. How that was like it was a European promo or something that ended up not getting released. Something weird.
There's
pictures of him on his motorcycle, right, as a HeroClix figure.
I've not seen that.
I thought it was somewhere on HC Realms.
What I think you might be mixing it up with is that there was like a European exclusive Judge Dredd who was identical to the Judge Dredd in America, but it had like it's like a different set number or something, or maybe he had like one more range or something. But I've seen people who are like looking to complete their HeroClix collections, and it's like this is the thing I'm missing.
Hard. Okay.
So it's really hard to find that. And there was a series of European exclusives. There's like a Judge Fire. Gosh, I don't remember who all was part of that, but it was like six
Like
or
Judge
seven. of them.
Death and something like that, maybe, or
I think Death was just a unique in the set, but it was like a different set of judges.
okay.
But those ones were easy to get. There's just this like I believe he's a blue ring Judge Dredd that is like a judge prize for the European things. Maybe there's somebody in the chat who knows a bit more than I do about it, but yeah, could not lock one down. They're hard to find. Not that I'm looking for one. Midwest Walmarts are bad blank. They are so big. I always hit the action figure section. It's just I was at a Walmart today actually. I don't like Walmart.
That's fair.
I don't really like grocery stores or mega stores in general. Like, people are just, hey man, you're standing in a hallway, and you're like, why is your cart here? You're here. It just
Yeah, if they need to think about it like this, they need to think that they're not the only person in the store.
every person is the only
Yeah.
person in a grocery store. Maybe that's just like where we live or something. I don't know, but it's just Well, no, it's not because this is every grocery store. I feel like
It's
I've
every
ever been to.
grocery store ever, yeah, dude.
Hey,
Everybody's so focused on themselves, just getting in, getting out.
I'm
They
so
have
self-conscious
no-
of like I don't want to be in the way.
People are not self-aware though.
No, they're not at all. Like I'm trying to stay as much to the side as I can. So it's like hey, if somebody would happen to be here other than me, they can get by.
You think, yeah,
So maybe the Midwest ones are better,
don't
but
maybe.
truly,
I
do
do.
not.
I do love popping in and going to. There was a time last year where I was trying to complete my Atrocitus Build-A-Figure. You hated this. You were like, just buy it online, and
I wasn't that. After a
Yeah.
certain point, I was like, dude, because you came home, you're like, I drove to 5 Targets or whatever, and I couldn't find it. I'm like, bro,
But it was such a fun hunt, but now I can say for certain. So the
going and
Atrocitus-
asking Tyler at customer service if he could help you find Atrocitus.
we
Such
have
a
the
fun
Atrocitus.
hunt.
The
Keeps calling our
Atrocitus.
stories so
The
weird.
Atrocitus Build-A-Figure. I found every single figure in 2 Walmarts except for the Kyle Rayner Green Lantern that had like I think his main body or something like that. And so I was like, I'll just pop into maybe this Walmart by my work, maybe this one on the way home, and do a little figure hunting. For those in the action figure community, figure hunting is a pretty real, like, fun little part of the hobby where it's like, yeah, I'm gonna try to run into Target and see if they still have it on their shelves. And it kind of comes before you just buy everything online. Now, could have totally just bought this Kyle Rayner figure online, but I was like, you know what? I don't really go figure hunting all that often, and I haven't really been to all of the Walmarts, Targets, whatever's in the Omaha area. Now, I didn't think I would actually end up going to every single super Walmart, like that's more than just a grocery store, and every single Target and every single GameStop, but that is what I ended up doing. I went to like 22 Walmarts or whatever.
Oh my God.
Whatever it is. I think it's 22 Walmarts, Targets, like all of it was like 22 stores, something like that in general of around the area. And I documented actually a lot of it. If you want to join our Patreon, it's an unlisted video on our YouTube channel where I just go Black Lantern, Batman, Black Lantern, Superman, Black Lantern, Deathstorm, still no Kyle Rayner, and like that's like every single store I go to. But it was really fun. So I do get the
That's
idea.
how it always felt as a kid, is you'd go there and it's like, oh man, it's just the lame ones.
Yep.
It's like, I don't want an action figure of Professor X. I would like Wolverine, please.
Yes, please, can I get the claw guy? That'd be nice. But that was really fun, and I do always love, whenever I go into a Walmart anywhere else in a different city, or a Target in a different city, I do love checking the action figure aisles, just seeing if like, oh, maybe they have a different sale for some reason, maybe they got whatever. That's always really cool. There was one time, I don't know if you ever knew this trick, or like this was something people did. A lot of people stuffed action figures. So you know the bottom shelf? You can lift up the bottom shelf.
People did that with Pokemon.
Okay, yeah,
cards.
and they would stuff action figures down there. I always do this every once in a while. So I shouldn't say always do this every once in a while.
Why would they stuff them down there?
I don't know if it was like...
You're going to buy them later?
Well, so sometimes people have a cap on how many you can buy. So sometimes it's that, or sometimes it is just, I guess they're going to buy them later, but it's like, dude, if you're broke now, let someone who can buy it, right? So I don't really totally get it.
Just don't do that.
Yeah, also just don't do that. Don't mess with the inventory.
Life hack.
And stuff it down there. Don't be a scumbag. Don't be a loser. But there was one time I did that on vacation, and I was with my little brother. I was like, "Hey, check this out," and then I looked it up, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And there was like actually like an action figure from like a year or two like older down there, and I just put it on the shelf. I didn't want to buy it. It wasn't like a figure I wanted, but I was like, "What in the world?" He was like, "Calder, you put that there." I'm like, "I did not."
Why would I?
Yeah.
Yeah, the action figures definitely got cleared out as a child by the hunters for sure.
Oh yeah.
I remember trying to complete that Galactus. I think that's the Marvel
That's a tough wave.
Oh man! So I had I had Professor X. He was everywhere. Had Bullseye. Had Nightcrawler. What were the other ones that were part of that set? The Nightcrawler was so sick. The Bullseye also had fully.
Oh, each little finger, yeah, each little joint.
Articulation. Yeah, it's like 36 points of articulation or whatever. And when my brother and I figured out that you can do whatever you want, he said, Bullseye was just standing like
yeah.
Yeah, that was fun when you're.
It's so funny.
Let's see.
Yeah, what are people talking
enough about old action figures. I mean, with a flocked Kong, cloth capes may be possible. That's why I'm saying, hey, maybe they should knock on Spawn's door again.
I feel like people would rip it off. Like if we actually got a cloth cape, people would take it off.
Yeah, I'd prefer a plastic cape.
Yeah.
Like fully.
Well, I just feel like if it's in the way, it's moving, it's like hard to grab the figure, I feel like people would take it off.
Maybe if it was like kind of like pegged into his back or something though.
If it's pegged in, I feel like, so Captain America Pegasus just comes to mind. People, they don't play with the wings on.
It's true.
You know, they just always have the wings off.
Yeah, they'd probably just take it off.
It would still be cool, you know.
The cloth cape would be, I don't know. I mean, it would be fine.
Why is that? What I don't get is why would that be such a make or break deal? That's what I really don't get. It doesn't look good. A cloth cape does not look good.
No.
It's not until like certain people put like bendy wires in them where it's like, oh, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, give it some.
You know, like
some
that
flow.
makes a little more sense. But like a normal cloth cape, it looks whatever. Like when you can actually have like the nice ripples or like whatever.
Yeah, you can
and
add
make
some
it flow.
motion to it.
Yeah, like just use a sculpted
like
cape.
That Secret Invasion
Like that Batman you have on your shelf with his cape going up. If his cape was cloth, it wouldn't look that cool.
Like that one that you guys can't see.
Yeah, like
or that one.
That one over, or that. Oh yeah, actually, there's a few. You know.
What other D&D iconics do you think might come soon? Ooh. I mean, I'd love some like Baldur's Gate related stuff. I think that would be so cool. I would hope some dragons though, right? For the
what a novel concept, Ian. What a great idea.
A black dragon, a red dragon?
I think probably the biggest thing I would want is like some kind of starter set where it's like the main whatever, like rogue, wizard,
so
cleric.
Just like generic.
Just like the generic.
Just classes.
Classes, yeah, I think that'd be cool.
What about like, okay, I know, see, now WizKids in the past has made a life-size foam statue of this man.
Oh, okay.
Drizzt Do'Undren, I believe. Do'Undren, I think is how you say it. Something like that would be cool, like some characters from D&D. It's like, let's think about it. We've got Displacer Beast, a Mimic. Oh, my.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But it's okay.
It's all good, guys. Okay, we can talk about it. Why not?
No.
Why not?
Why? I think who was it? Strahd is just
What do you
D&D
guys think that was a
Dracula.
reaction to? If you guys guessed right, we'll talk about it.
There you go. I think. I think
today was interesting.
Strahd is like just D&D Dracula, right? He'd
Where
be
was it?
cool. Right across the entryway of the kitchen. He went from like the
So I was
cupboard
right.
to the stove. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Well, that probably gave it away. We had a little encounter with the mice.
Yeah. We're
So,
playing Tom over here to
Yeah.
Jerry in the house.
You know, it got really hot and it rained a ton. We're in an older house, and like in the back, we have like these small holes around like our kitchen area, and I think they've been like getting into like the inside of our house. So today we spent the day like packing steel wool in it, setting some traps up. Yeah.
We like moved the stove, moved the oven. We were like
we did like a deep clean of the place
clean.
today.
Yeah.
Because we were up one night and we heard it rustling
That
around.
freaked me out when
Yeah,
we just
what
heard
the
it,
heck
dude.
was it?
Oh.
So yeah, we went to war with some mice today. We don't lose. We're undefeated. If anyone,
I just saw him move over there, and I'm like, you better get in one of them little traps, buddy.
Yeah, but a lot of traps today. Like again, we don't lose.
If you just hear I guess we didn't get those kind of traps though.
No.
That'd be funny to hear it just pop on.
So in the Dial H
stream.
mansion, just know that we're having a little bit of a mouse problem, which is super fun.
Yeah. Goodness
Oh
gracious.
gosh. Makes you just feel dirty.
I know, and
Makes
it's
you
like,
feel so dirty.
come on, man.
But hey, I don't know. Yeah.
Dude.
What can you do, guys? Anyway.
That's why we need that big cat.
Yeah, we need a big cat. I'm gonna walk over there.
Yeah, sure, dude. You go check it out. I'm trying to think of another D&D character that I really liked. There was a few D&D campaigns I was in, but you know, you always focus on like your character and what they can do. And I was never like deep into D&D lore. I only ever used.
This way or that way?
He moved this way, toward the stove.
Okay. Oh, towards the stove.
Yep.
This is not what we expected from the live stream, guys.
Yeah. And then I've never played Baldur's Gate. I never played any of those games, so I'm not really deep into D&D lore of like what the monsters were. Displacer Beast was probably the #1 monster I wanted, and we have now, which is cool, because in the first campaign I ever played, we fought a Displacer Beast. Well, it was like our second or third monster, or something like that. It was pretty cool. And I'm trying to think of any other fun monsters we played. I think like one time we literally just played against a T-Rex. That was pretty sick. Which I think is a character or is a monster indeed. I honestly don't remember, but he said we were playing against a T-Rex. The DM said, I'm like, that's pretty cool. And then there was one campaign we did, which is a one-shot. These are like my favorite, dude. The Rat Basher, the mound.
I was holding a hammer.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
The Mouse Mallet, dude.
The mouse mallet. Yeah, we do need a cat. We really need a cat. D&D characters.
Ooh, Gelatinous Cube. That is a good one. The Gelatinous Cube.
Oh, Gelatinous Cube. That's the best answer.
I'm trying to think.
That'd
now
be
I'm trying to
so
think. I did
cool.
see the D&D movie. I do just want a big dragon. Some big named
Yeah, big dragon.
dragon from the
If you did like
Dungeons
some
and Dragons
kobolds
game.
too, maybe like a shared sculpt of like a mountain of kobolds.
yeah.
That'd be kind of fun.
Okay.
Some pack tactics stuff would be pretty sick.
The
Oathbreaker Paladin though is like that is I think like one of the coolest things in D&D, especially like playing Baldur's Gate, like when you get visited and it's like, all right, you made your decision. Now you're
Yeah.
bad. Oh, you're so bad now, and then you know
You
just
went
get some
against your
baller
main
spells.
guy?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember the name of like in Act 3 you can fight this like vampire guy.
Is it Strahd?
Is it Strahd?
I think it's Strahd.
Could be.
Because that's the D&D like Dracula dude that I always see.
I don't think that's. I thought
No?
that guy was super. It's been a minute since I've
Is
read
it? I did like the D&D animated show, and they recently made action figures a year or two ago of them, which is really cool. But there's like
Cazador.
Cazador. Oh, okay. I've never heard of
Cazador
that.
Czar. Yeah, this guy was.
I'm just a young Cazador.
Dude, he's so
sitting
cool.
on the floor.
His boss fight is a ton of fun too.
Oh, sweet.
So, I'll be down with that.
I'm trying to many
Honestly, like
characters?
anything like undead as well. Just
I would
like
love,
all
dude,
the
just a
generic.
pack of skeletons would rock.
What
I
about
just
like
love
elithids?
Sure, what's
How do you
that?
feel about that? Like the
Elithid?
squid people?
Oh, yeah.
They're like okay.
Yeah. Any water-based creatures, I'm just like, sure, I guess. Not really into that aesthetic world, you know what I mean? That type
Feel
stuff.
you. Trying to think of like named D&D characters that I know now.
Yeah.
I've got a shocking lack of that.
I'm trying to think of objects, because like the bag of holding is a super, like I think it's probably the most popular D&D object, right?
Oh, sure.
As like an equipable item that you can have. The longsword, sure, you know. I feel like the rest seem generic, but I guess the longsword is like generic too, right? So
Definitely.
you could do like a blunt, the
That's
mace.
what's great about D&D
or like
is I
the
feel like you
dagger.
can do just about anything, and it'd probably be pretty cool.
Ooh, deck of many things. That was one that I was thinking of. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Strahd is a D&D vampire. Yeah, the one in there you
Is
go.
Khazad. I'm just a young Khazador. You gotta look up Troubadour by, I forget what country artist. I think it's probably Chris Ledoux.
Do they come with dice? I don't think so.
They did.
The Beholder came with a D20.
D20, yeah.
And then the other set also came with a D20.
Yeah.
No, yeah, they did. I was thinking dice.
I wish they were in
plural. There was
WizKids
one
colors.
die.
I wish they were black and yellow.
That'd be cool.
That'd be pretty sweet.
It was just like a red die with
Red and
white
white,
markings.
yeah.
Yeah. Need to get a custom D20 for when I bust my mimic
But to
out.
be fair, I don't think we need like a real special dice from WizKids when there's 18 million people that make special D20s.
That's true.
So if you ever, I don't know, would it have been cool? Like, sure. But like, just get your own D20. That's kind of fun. What's it called? HeroScape uses D20s. And I remember being, when I first got that game like 10 years ago or whatever, I was like, oh, I don't want just a plain black D20. And I went and got this really cool, like, white and blue, like, marbly one. And I was like, this is cool. Like, this is a neat thing. So
I have a handful of like decorated D20s, but I do not know where they are. But I remember when we were playing D&D over COVID, I was like, well, I got to go get some baller dice.
oh, yeah.
Can't be just rolling the stock dice. Are you kidding me? That's not how we roll around here. Absolutely not.
Is this stock build? Absolutely not.
No.
Nope.
No. I need some flair on my dice. Thank you very much.
Ian needs flair on his dice?
Yeah.
No way.
I know.
What?
You'd never know that. Still hoping for Dial H dice. I'd so use them all the time.
We do have Dial H dice. We are out of like ones to give away to people.
I don't think I have them in here, but I might.
Okay.
Let me search my Batman
The
box.
Dial H dice were pretty much reserved only for not even Patreon members. It was for Dial H superfans that win it at the end of the year. But we haven't gotten Dial H dice in a long time. We are finally out of pairs. And these are Stan
have them, but I have
Strakowski.
these.
Oh, funhouse, dude.
The coolest dice in the universe.
So, I would like to do another order of dice. There's a few things of Dial H merch that I've thought about getting for a while. Oh my gosh, I should need to order tokens tonight, actually, really. I've got like so many tokens, yeah. We're out of tokens. I gotta order tokens for the Patreon.
well, there you go. Thank you for the reminder.
That is a good reminder.
Little
Thank you,
Freak, 42069.
But if we did Dial H dice again, Schneidi, what's the purpose of the challenge coin? I really don't get it. They're just a thick coin, right? Like, that's it. Do you know what a challenge coin is, Ian?
I don't think so, actually.
Okay. So I own a couple of these. I guess they're just like a collectible coin. But people call them a challenge coin. I don't know why. I've got like a Hydra one. I think this thing is technically called a challenge coin. It's not. They're usually not as big. They're usually the size of a silver dollar.
Okay.
Slightly bigger than a silver dollar, actually, I should say.
Is it just what you wager, and then you challenge somebody to
I
something?
don't know. So I've been given them. I've gotten two. One was this really cool, actually, like Hydra challenge coin. I don't get what they are exactly.
It's a challenge if you're carrying it or not, if I recall correctly.
It's to decide who buys around drinks. I don't get it. Still
So
don't get it.
if everyone is like, I've got my challenge coin and you don't, you have to buy the drink. It's not really a challenge. It's more so like I lost the game. Like, hey, you remember the game? Oh, I just thought of it.
Remember how we
game.
said a couple months ago we were always going to do this? Oh, you forgot it. That seems weird. I don't know.
I'm not
going
going
to
to carry a coin with me.
Yeah, imagine you're like getting ready to go out and you're like, "Where's the coin? Where is it?"
Dude.
Oh, I'm going to instantly be down $50. That's exactly what it is.
Essentially, it's more of a
Oh,
military.
it's a military
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Oh, okay. Then
Well, yeah, of
I
course
don't
we don't know about it.
Yeah, how would we? So I guess a Dilate challenge coin would probably just be like a big logo on one side, or maybe just both sides. I don't know. Maybe some words on the back. Okay, carry over from the military. Yeah, we don't know.
Sorry about that.
Stuff. Sorry, guys.
Sorry if we called it lame. I still think.
I don't get
I
it.
still think it's kind of lame. Though,
I
I'll
don't.
be honest.
It doesn't make sense to us,
The
right?
military doesn't excuse
we
it.
We don't have whatever past or
No.
traditions, right? To us, it just doesn't make sense. You know.
Yeah.
A
Whatever
devil's-
happened to just bullying your friend into him buying the drinks? That's what you should.
That's what it.
That's what it
yeah.
all boils down to, right?
Apparently, yeah. So I wanted to make pins for a really long time, but like the cheapest way I could find to make pins, I'd have to order like 150 of them, or something ridiculous.
Okay.
And it would just ended up being like a lot of pins, but they would have been a really cool pin of just the logo, and I like really still want to do that because I love pins. But now I know that Ryan O'Polk wouldn't wear a Dial H pin, so it hurts.
He wouldn't?
Yeah, he said we asked him about his pin collection, and he said specifically, no logos, no words, nothing from pop culture.
Yeah, he does
So
a lot
he's
of
like an artistic,
yeah.
designed, purely made as like a pin.
His
right?
pin collection is crazy.
Cool.
I know he rotates stuff in and out a lot.
Yeah.
But he has like big pins.
They're
too.
huge. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
massive.
some of them are
Most pins I think of
wild.
are like small little,
Yeah.
pins.
Tack it on a jacket or
Yeah.
a bag and good to go. But yeah. I don't know.
I don't like buttons though. Okay, little freak. I hate buttons. Just a button, where it's like that plastic little cover, and I don't like buttons.
Not
like,
big on that either.
whatsoever.
Unless it's like
I
Watchman.
like pins. Well, that's cool. That's
Yeah,
different.
a
That's
Watchman
different.
button I will take.
That's
but
like the thing.
no, I'm with you on. I'm a pin man for sure.
So I don't know. We could look into seeing what a custom challenge coin would cost. I feel like they'd be expensive because usually they're pretty nice.
Saying make them as a 2x2 action token.
Usually
though.
they're like really in depth like this. They have all this carving, engraving stuff in a challenge coin. They're not this big. They're usually honestly some of them are like the HeroClix base size, but. Pins, a challenge coin that's cool. I've always thought about making a pin. What was the thing they just brought up? We need to make new dice. So the thing about dice is that the last pair had the Dial H logo on the 6, which I think that would stay the same. But then all the pips were cowboy hats. And these were custom dice Simeon had made without me knowing. I was like, those are so cool. Like these are some of the coolest dice ever. That like all the little pips are cowboy hats. So it would either be a reorder of those, or I would want to try to find, like, still probably use the Dial H logo, and then figure out what new custom pips could be, And so it's kind of difficult. I haven't really thought of anything. It's only kind of been going on in the back of my mind. So eventually I'll probably just be like, I should just buy dice, But yeah. Yeah, the
so there's like
cowboy
an
hats is
example.
really cool.
That's like an example
Yeah,
challenge.
see,
coin.
like they are.
So that's a good one,
It's
isn't
a good
it?
example.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, you're right. They do have like that engraving on them.
So I feel like that would be expensive. I feel like that'd be expensive to make these challenge coins. They're like thick. They're like
Yeah,
heavy.
these look like really heavy.
I have they
Like
make
that
some for
one's
a
really
few.
ornate.
I have a Hydra one from
Noth-
Captain
nothing
America
bad. It's nothing
2011, and then I have a Thor Ragnarok challenge coin they gave out at like the movie theaters.
I'd be down with hats too, man. I'd love to make a Dial H hat. Be down
Yeah,
with
a
that.
baseball cap that just probably says like the logo
I
on it.
wanted to do like Dial H baseball jerseys for a while.
I think
that'd be
a
kinda
hat
cool.
like that where it has that sewn in, but like it's like a patch almost.
Yeah, I like the patch hats.
I think that'd be cool.
I like the sewing. Like 6-panel over 5-panel hats for sure. Let's see. Whoever doesn't have the Dial H challenge coin has to buy glizzies. The tradition starts today.
You guys really forced the glizzy thing on us. You and Kenny Miles. Simeon was a big glizzy guy. I guess.
Yeah.
It's just so much.
Many moons ago.
I don't like hot dogs that much. Well, Ken first one buy chocolate shakes or shakes on
What
someone.
about
How's
the
that
DQ
sound?
glizzy blizzy? though?
I did like the DQ chili glizzy blizzy.
Yeah. So for a long time, Calder, Simeon, and I would make like we'd make some kind of bet, and it would always be like, okay, but the loser has to go to Dairy Queen. You can get a Blizzard of your choice, but then you also had to get a chili dog. and you had to throw them in a blender, blend it up,
So
and then
bad.
eat that. Which sadly none of us ever did. I think never really came.
No,
close
that
to
never
it either.
happened. I wanted it to be like we played a game of HeroClix, and whoever the loser was would go get one. We just
Gosh,
never
no,
did it.
never happened. Which probably for the better.
It'd be so funny.
Probably for the
Punishment HeroClix. I think that'd be hilarious.
Let's see. Custom dice, easy. The 6s are replaced with Howdy. Thoughts?
That's pretty cool.
No?
That's cool. It's simple. I think what would be neat is if we did like we made the 6s. We make what would you call it? A non-uniform pair of dice. Like or you could just mix and match, right? I would like a set of like Ian dice, a set of Calder dice. So maybe we keep cowboy hats on the pips, and then
If we just
it's
did
Howdy.
Captain America and Batman, that would also be really cool.
Just like a Shield logo half, Bat logo half, something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
I'd be down with that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Like even like a shield with a bat over it or something like that too. Something
Oh
like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be down for
I'd
that.
be cool with that. No, what else?
These are good ideas. Little Freak, we did have some stickers. Again, if you really want those, typically we would give away stickers to like Patreon members. You know, there'd probably be a time where if I ever did an order of stickers again, probably all $5 patrons would just get a sticker thrown in there. That'd be pretty easy. It'd be pretty easy to do.
Might have to stock up here soon.
I think I kind of want to because I like going to Worlds, and it'd be cool to like bring a ton of merch to like hand out people that maybe.
We do need to get a shirt worked out.
I'm currently working on one shirt. I have.
Yeah.
I think the idea the shootout shirt should happen. I think
like
that
the
shirt
shootout.
rocks.
The classic Batman
I just need
and
to
Cap
find an
shootout.
artist. So I really just want to try to find an artist to make some of these shirts because we went to Fiverr the first couple of times, which was fine. It got the job done. Then we went with Antonio Clark, who's like a member of the community for the Cap Wolf Hulk shirt, which was awesome. Brought the vision to life. Loved it.
That was really cool.
But now I want to spread the love, and I want to do as many different people, like Hero Hoops players in the community. Maybe I'll reach out to Marcus Zapta and see if he can make a shirt design for us, because he is a Hero Hoops player that just finished up some really cool art recently. So
Okay.
I'd have to see what his commission rates are. But then, yeah, I think I want a shirt getting made. I currently have, oh man, I didn't show you this. So I'm having Anne work on a shirt. I think I mentioned
You told
that.
me about this.
And the proportions for me were so bad, Ian.
Oh.
So
Well, that's not good.
I'm like, you have to redo this.
Oh wow, they made you like 5'3".
I
in
know.
that,
I'm
dude.
like actually 5. Like my torso is so short. I'm like, this is like a fine, generic kind of anime looking whatever
Sure,
style.
sure.
But I was like, why am I 5'3"? Why is my torso like this? I look like a deadlift specialist, man. I'm walking around like that.
Well, in my opinion, she drew you as the world sees you. I think
Well,
that's fair.
Little Freak, we have done Antonio before. That's the issue. Is I do love Antonio. I do like his work, but we've already used him before. So I'd like to try to spread the love and get more people's art represented on Dial H shirts.
Man, the amalgams, yeah, that would be something that would just be so cool. Like, oh my God, I think that's something that shows up in the Facebook pages once every couple of months where it's like, have they considered doing Dark Claw or like Iron Lantern?
Dark Claw's so cool.
What's the name of the Superman cap one?
Super Soldier? Sadly.
Super Soldier?
Sadly, I hate him, but you know.
He's an abomination.
He's an abomination.
You have to love him.
He's
though.
not an amount. I like half of him.
You have to love
I
him.
like half of them. The fact that his shield is the Superman logo, I just heavily dislike. I hate that so much. I like the normal costumes, like fine. The idea that Cap like has like his hair.
In a way, he's kind of like if you were to throw like a chili dog into a delicious cup of ice cream. Is that the living chili glizzy blizzy?
Yeah,
Kind of is.
that's
isn't
it. I guess so. Sure, Ian.
Dark Claw's the man.
Dark Claw's sick. I mean, he's the sickest one. It's just so.
It's not even close.
They're not like
It's not close.
no.
What's the? It's Deadshot and Bullseye.
Yeah.
And it's like, please let his name be Bullshot.
Bullshot. Oh,
That's
there's
so
no
funny.
way.
It's not.
Deadeye, isn't it?
It's Deadeye,
Yeah. Bullshot.
It's so funny. Who does Lobo get mixed with too?
Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
I like that a lot, dude. Yeah, Lobo the
I know
Duck.
he's really goofy.
That's sick.
And then Darkseid is
Darkseid and Thanos.
Yeah.
Or Darkseid and Apocalypse, one of those two.
yeah.
I think it's Thanos though.
I'm pretty sure it's Thanos.
Storm and Wonder Woman, I always thought was an interesting that was the combination. Right?
Well, I suppose they're both kind of like very much for their land, right?
Sure.
You know, she's one with nature. She's like very Amazonian. So, I mean, that kind of makes sense. The hyena one was always the really
dude.
Weird one, though.
That's what Michael just said. He was like, he likes the hyena one.
Oh, yeah. The hyena.
The hyena is that It's like, who is that?
Like they're
it's
creepy
like the
looking
little freak guy, right?
Yeah,
it's the
like
little green
Joker
guy.
Isn't it? I'm gonna type in hyena amalgam. I'm sure Michael will answer with who it really is.
Sabretooth and Joker. I guess that makes sense.
Joker,
If Batman and Wolverine are put together, it makes sense it's Sabretooth and Joker. The Iron Man, that's like Green Lantern, the Iron Lantern, that's cool.
Yeah, his name is Hyena, but it's Joker and Sabretooth. Yeah, this guy's freaky looking.
I always thought it was funny that it was Superboy and Spider-Man. That didn't make a ton of sense to me. That was interesting.
Yeah.
Who else was there? I want to say there's a section of it where Hulk. So one of my favorite uses of the giant penny is Hulk uses it. He just tips it over and he like kills like 30 moloids or whatever. It's really funny.
That's so sick.
The new Heir of Apocalypse.
The worst one, okay, the worst one easily. How could we gloss over this? Was Doctor Doom and Doomsday. Why?
That was.
Why did we do that? It's Doctor Doom with like bones.
Spikes, bone spikes.
Yeah. And then Craven gets mixed with. Does he get mixed with Hyena? Is that right? Nightcrawler and
like the dude's name is like
he was in the World's Finest set. The Creeper.
The Creeper. That's who he is. Yeah. He just reminds me of Freakazoid. But yeah, Creeper and Nightcrawler get mixed. They look weird.
And then it was Doctor Strange Fate was like the center tie-in for everything. I feel like
Spider-Man and Superboy was a really weird mix.
Who is Gambit mixed with though? I'm looking at pictures.
Let me look at Gambit.
He's just like all black. He's got like a jacket on. He's all black.
Looks like he's like Sunspot wearing a trench coat.
We'll find it out. Yeah, but that's two Marvels. Gambit amalgam.
Wasn't Night Lantern just
Wraith?
Grayson? Who's Wraith?
That's
some 90s.
That's the mix of them.
Some 90s odd DC character that no one cares about anymore.
No, that's like the name of the.
Oh, that's them together. That's
yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know who.
Huh.
I don't know who. Various shadow-based powers. Okay.
Various shadow-based.
Somebody tell me who Gambit is mixed with.
This is from the Amalgam series back in 1990, like 2 or 3 or something,
yeah,
early 90s. It's a DC Marvel crossover where they like combine an official crossover. They combine all of their characters together. They follow some dude named Jim or something, and he's like, I've got the omnipotent power to bounce between universes or whatever. And Marvel and DC collide, and they merge, and it's like, this is the universe where X Marvel...
Obsidian.
Oh,
yeah,
duh.
okay,
I guess that does make sense.
Gotcha. Obsidian and Gambit. That's a pretty cool mix-up.
Is that real, Kaiju? Where it's Captain Marvel, who's a mix of Captain Marvel and Shazam? I'm never calling Shazam Captain Marvel, sorry.
Yeah, I'm in that camp as well.
But yeah, a mix of... But like, ironically, yeah, Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel make Captain Marvel. That is kind of funny. That's real? Wow, that's hilarious. At least they had the... I don't know. The idea to do that, not just like ignore it. The whole Captain Marvel thing. You totally could have. Like, don't talk about it. Because that's like illegal. That's like a legal issue.
Yeah. Was it, who bullied who? Was it Marvel bullying them?
Well, it was DC bullying whoever first made Captain Marvel because he was too much like Superman, right?
Ah, okay.
So they bullied whoever made that. There's a big court case there back in 1930, 40, whatever, right? And so then they eventually got the rights. Basically, they took that character from that dude, and they took him into DC. They made him Captain Marvel. And then that name lapsed, and then Marvel was like, yoink! Okay, we have Captain Marvel, we're called Marvel. And then that's when it started, yeah.
Interesting.
Charlton, yeah, it was a Charlton character.
Gosh.
Like all the Charlton characters, so there's a ton of Charlton characters. It's like Peacemaker's one, The Question is one, stuff like that, yeah.
Oh, he was in that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Charlton Comics.
Yeah, and then they gave all those people to Alan Moore, and they're like, "Hey, write a comic with these," and he killed all of them off. He's like, "Okay, how about we just got those guys, man. Like, how about we do something new?"
That's why it holds weight.
That's where Watchmen came up.
Exactly. Yep. That's exactly it.
But yeah, Peacemaker, You can definitely see
Peacemaker
all
rocks.
the characters he had. Like you can
Yeah,
kind
you
of
can see
some,
how Peacemaker is like comedian.
yeah.
You know, the comic book version, not so much John Cena's version.
You don't think Alan Moore was drawing inspiration from John Cena 30 years before he was on the 40 years before he was on the big screen?
Yeah, he was maybe born. I don't know.
Personally, I'm gonna have to disagree on
That's
that.
fair. No, that's fair. I get it.
Granny Harkness, half Agatha, half Granny Goodness. Is that a real one?
I hope it's not.
How many
I don't think-
amalgams are
was
there?
Agatha Harkness a character yet? Probably, I guess. Some random.
I only
offshoot.
had the Dark Claw comics.
I only had 2 out of the 4 like main issues, and then ironically, I had the first Super Soldier and the first Amazon. Is what I have. Oh, Mike Kaiji's on the wiki.
Ah, he's just pulling.
Well, there's no way set 3 of Peacemaker. I mean, if season 2 does really well, I'd be okay with the set 3 of Peacemaker. I liked the first 2 just based off the first season, even if they were like a year or 2 after it came out. That Peacemaker show is just so good. So, yeah, I'm stoked. What could be another property? I would love if they did Watchmen again in HeroClix. I would just love seeing the Watchmen, even if it was like Doomsday Clock, something or other, some weird tie-in to make the Watchmen happen. I would be so down for that.
Sorry about this.
That's okay. You're learning.
Yeah,
Getting
I'm
things figured out.
taking a lot of stuff in right now.
Anyways, so
Yeah, continue ripping.
there's
we're live streaming from my phone right now, so
yeah.
uh,
So
messages.
oh, gotcha. No worries. I think Iconics would be the perfect gateway for other IPs in the game. You know, I love that we're getting the Thundercats, Lino, all of them, some old like 80s stuff. I would like Iconics to really push the boundaries of a lot of these sculpts, and I think they have so far. I think Beetlejuice is a really cool, creative sculpt. I think the Mum-Ra sculpt looks really cool. So I'm
Dude, the
excited.
Mum-Ra sculpt is so good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I think that's cool.
He better just be insane.
I agree, Kaiji. Masters of the Universe, He-Man, Masters of the Universe, that would rock. Literally, if it was just the first set was like He-Man, and then, oh my gosh, Skeletor. If it was just those 2, that's cooler. Then you get into Granger, or Cringer, excuse me, Man-at-Arms, you get She-Ra in there. You can get all of Skeletor's dudes. You get Orko in there. Like, I would love Masters of the Universe. You could do a meme pack. HeroClix, we love our meme pack stuff. So you can get Adam doing the hey thing, you know, like that would be sick, right? I would love Masters of the Universe. And also the fact that like that Buck action figure was just, they made like 40 action figures of him, new villain every episode, like whatever. That was truly, I mean, that was the whole point, right, of that show, was just to sell toys. And so sell toys they did.
I mean, that was the whole point of everything, right?
Yeah, oh, absolutely, yeah.
I feel like that's the reason we got so many card games too, right? Like, oh, you might as well just sell.
Might as well sell toys.
Might as well put this on a card.
I mean, that was the point of like, like Yu-Gi-Oh getting a TV show, Pokemon having a TV show, all that stuff is like, well, we got to sell a toy somehow. We got to sell the card game somehow.
You know how the cards always look different on the show too?
Yep.
Do you know why?
Why is that?
It's because there were laws saying like you couldn't have like a kid's, like a
product.
a product.
Oh, that makes sense.
So there's product laws that prevented
That
them
makes
from
sense.
looking like that. But obviously,
One of
like you
the-
saw that card, and they could just say it did whatever. There were so many
Right.
cards that were just garbage, but they were
dude.
like the best card ever in the show.
You noticed on like YouTube that I was watching whatever, but I was looking up like how Yugi's decks were just horrible. Where it's
Dude, they
like
were.
the
They're
draw
garbage.
doesn't make sense, or like the monster to spell ratio didn't make any sense. Not until Battle City does Yugi start to have a deck that maybe could win a few duels, and it's like so funny. He went through like the odds of you actually pulling off Exodia, and it's like impossible that he did it that many times. Heart of the Cards though.
That's what they're not factoring in. Clearly, the heart's missing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
When you pull up to a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament and you don't draw, you need to draw, you lack the Heart of the Cards.
you
I'm
do.
sorry. You just do.
You're just bad. You're bad in the heart, not in the game. In the heart. Your deck feels that.
Hurts.
The magical cylinders was always my favorite one though, because like in the real game, if I'm not mistaken, you flip that over and be like, yeah, you're just taking the damage, buddy. Like you just reverse the damage. In the show though, there's like 3 moving cups, and they're like guessing which monster to shoot. I just, it's so funny. Well, HeroClix.
I don't know why, but like anytime he used Mammoth Graveyard, it was just so cool.
Dude, he was
You were
sick.
like, whoa.
Summon Skull was
Summon Skull's also
an
baller.
absolute baller as well.
Dude, like I said, that Yu-Gi-Oh series of getting, I hope I get a Summon Skull so bad. He's
Yeah.
on the docket to potentially get printed
That
on
would
the shirt.
be so cool, dude.
I'm like, dude, Summon Skull, any of the Blue Eyes White Dragons, Red Eyes Black Dragon.
I mean, Blue Eyes White Dragon is just
number one.
peak. Also, another one I really liked was Relinquished. The
Relinquished Guardian? Or
no,
what's his
like
name?
it's like a ritual summon. So it's
Oh,
a blue card.
okay.
There's Pegasus is like main dude.
Okay.
Past the Toon World stuff, he had like the one eye.
Yeah.
It's like this, just kind of gross looking thing. But he would like absorb monsters and like become stronger.
That is
I always
sick.
thought he was cool. In the game though, as a kid at least, it always felt like impossible to pull off. So I never really played him. Also, all of the Toon World stuff was like so bad.
Yeah.
In the show, it was like
goofy. and,
unbeatable.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, you can go back to Toon World, and then you just can't do anything.
Oh, dude, Time Wizard? Come on, little freak. Time Wizard.
Wow.
Time Wizard is sick in HeroClix. I love Time Wizard's character. I play him every once in a while in a Golden Age game.
I actually have a first edition holographic.
Do you
Time
really?
Wizard. When I was going through my card collection,
Baller, Ian.
it's in
let's
decent
go.
condition too. I should like maybe get it graded, but it just went back.
You
in
gotta
the
get
box.
the time. No, you gotta get the Time Wizard.
I found a
graded,
Buster
dude.
Blader that was first edition, holographic, everything, but it was just bent as like, dude, it looked like I got run over by a
You should
car.
definitely get that one graded, so it's like 0.1 or something awful.
That thing was definitely like one condition.
That is
That
so
literally looks
funny.
like it got chewed on. Like it was bad.
Dang,
But, you know,
dude,
you're like-
Cat got into this.
I didn't know. Well, I found that. I found like a stack of Magic cards. This was a couple years back when I was like
Sure.
cleaning out some old stuff. And, you know, when I saw the Magic cards, I was like, well, maybe there's something here. So I didn't really, like, my brother and I were never super into that. But while going through that, I found like my old Yu-Gi-Oh decks too. And yeah, like I'm looking up, like, is this a first edition? You have to type in like a number below the portrait.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And yeah, Time Wizard and Buster Blader were
That's
like
cool.
the two I had that were like holographic.
Pretty sick.
Who knows what they're worth, but it was cool regardless.
Absolutely.
Hey, Ryan.
Like, I do like the idea of getting a Castle Grayskull map. I do hope we get more maps. Just in general. I love maps. I think it's sick.
It's a question. If you could do a map, what map
So-
would you do, sir?
There was one time, I mean, like, an Evil Dead map, for sure. You know, the cabin.
Is that what that is?
That is what this is, yeah.
Wow, you're just sitting on the Evil Dead
Yeah.
map? Wow.
This is a gift from Miles Kane. This is the Majestic's Nobi Cabin Evil Dead map. Whoop. Pretty sick. It's got Ash's Delta in there. It's got the car. It's pretty accurate.
No,
to
you
the,
can show them. You can show them.
Oh, no, I mean, they saw it. It's pretty accurate to the layout of the cabin and everything. Like, as far as, like, this and, like, the Evil Dead game that I have where there goes.
Yeah.
It's very similar to how it should go.
I really wanted the Majestic's Tron map. If
That map
anyone-
looks like a headache, dude.
it's so
That map
cool,
is
though.
painful to look at.
Somebody on Facebook posted one time for $30. I was like, yeah, I'll buy that. I was like, I'm interested. And then he had a typo. It was supposed to be 300.
Jeez.
And I was like, I cannot pay $300 for a map,
crazy.
sir. I have not found a Tron Majestics map in the wild, like ever, though. I've tried to eBay it a handful of times, but it just doesn't like exist. Who has a Tron Majestics map? I would still like to buy that.
Okay, open invitation. The map I do want to make would be like a Wild West town, but it's like the main street, right? So it's like the dirt road, saloons and banks and
You could
bars.
do like that Flashpoint story, right? Or the
Just Elseworlds.
Elseworlds, yeah.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Flashpoint.
Well,
I was
they
gonna say,
have
that's not right.
the High Noon Saloon. I don't know if they have an outdoor version of
No.
that where it's so.
Just that
I would like it
indoor
through the
bar.
road, but it has to have a little 4-piece square of hindering terrain where it's like a tumbleweed in the middle. Of it. And I think that'd be really cool. Where it's like this Wild
That would be
West
cool.
like dual map.
What map? What map? What map? It's a good question, honestly. A question I can't even.
Dracula's Castle.
I mean, duh, of course. We would love to see
That
Dracula's
would be so
Castle.
sick.
That
That
actually
would be so
sweet.
sick.
I really I think of all the custom maps we've seen, I know it has like meta implications that maybe make it not cool, but the fact that they did make a Marvel Rivals map, I think is really
I
sick.
like everything about that map with the text on it.
Yeah.
I love that map. I think that map's really cool.
It's a really, really
trying to
cool
think.
map.
What is a location in comics that I would like to see? Guy Gardner's bar. That'd be kind of neat. The Warrior bar. What's a good Marvel one? New York.
Dude, that'd be so sick.
What's like a really cool like Marvel
What
location?
map would you guys want to see?
Yeah.
I'm actually curious now. Like, what would be what's a good location they haven't done? What are some landmarks in comics that would be cool? Maybe like the planet Doom, like when he's like when they like crucify the man thing Doom.
Oh my gosh,
Do you remember that?
dude? When I read that, I was like, wow.
That's how like the initial
That's how it
series.
starts.
Yeah,
Like or ends
no,
or
it ends that
whatever.
way.
Yeah, in
In the
Avengers
last
Forever.
issue.
Yeah.
And he's like, you don't understand. I'm Doctor Doom. You're like, no, I'm Doctor Doom.
That's so yeah. When it starts going to like all the different Doctor Dooms,
Yeah, they,
it's
like,
just like,
they
jeez.
pin him
He's
up.
like
It's
literally like
what?
yeah.
It's insane. Yeah, that's just how Avengers Forever ends, and then that's how it starts.
Yeah.
When they continue, that's crazy. That'd be kind of cool though, like his whole little Death Star-esque. I mean, they've done Latveria a few times at this point. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, like Latvian Village, and there was his castle. And then
Dude, Ren's Boss's baseball stadium. That would be pretty cool.
That is cool, yeah.
Some different
hey.
elevation changes and stuff, and like you have like the lowest point is like the field. I like that. A diamond would be easy to make in a HeroClix map, like right?
I'd worry about like how wide it is, I guess, then, because I feel like the baseball field itself would take up a lot. So it'd probably just be bleachers in like tight fourths on the map.
Yeah.
In the smaller scale maps, though, that's fine. I mean, you could just like take like the Coliseum from Mutations and Monster, which was 4 maps.
Yes.
That map rocked.
Huge.
And it was literally just like 4 starting areas, basically. Although you're supposed to start in the middle of them, but no one ever did. People would play corners on that one because it was like elevated, 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 elevated.
Yeah.
And then just barren nothing. I mean, honestly, I'd love it if they like redid like the Dota map.
I was gonna, yeah.
That map is honestly like really cool. If they did a League of Legends
cut out
one,
a section
I'd buy
of it,
that.
right? If they cut out a section of the Dota map somewhere in the middle, reprinted that, that'd be cool.
Kind of sweet.
Make it to today's standard.
The blank map is an official map. It'd be so hilarious. Just white, no gridding.
That's
either.
my kind of map right there. Nothing.
Honestly,
on it.
that's the map I want to play on. Too.
Yep. I
There's no
love
question
that.
about that.
I love that map, dude. That's for me. Man, I'm really trying to think of like well-known locations in comics that are like I've never gotten
that
a
would
map
work as a
before.
map.
That would work as a
too.
map in HeroClix. Yeah, it's like dude, make Peter Parker's apartment. I guess.
Yeah, make blank characters apartment.
Yeah.
Let's see how you're living,
Make
Daredevil.
Aunt May's house.
Make Have they ever done like an apocalypse map?
Had to have, right?
You know,
Apocalypse.
They
World,
probably
something like
have.
that.
I'm just not remembering it. Some lantern themed ones. Is there anything there?
There's definitely like an OA map.
You know,
100%. There's like a Lantern headquarters map because it has like old sculpts of Green Lanterns.
no, I'm saying like that you would do today. Is there anything?
Oh,
they
that would
haven't
do
done?
today?
Yeah. They've done like the Rainbow Bridge and Thor and whatnot.
That does look really cool. That was a sweet map. The Bifrost Bridge is crazy.
The X-Men basketball court, half open with the black.
There is
coming
a
up.
Yancey Street.
That would be
Chester.
cool.
They've made Yancey Street.
They have.
They've made Latveria like 10 times. There's like 10 different Latveria courtyard maps or Latveria Castle.
Gosh, this is not an easy job. It must be tough for WizKids to cook maps up.
That's why there's not that many maps. There's an Atlantis for DC. The same thing for Marvel. Just make Namor's version of Atlantis. Actually, it would be cool to get. No, we did get Flooded Wakanda as a map though. Never mind.
Galactus's hand as a map. Ooh.
Ooh.
Final Destination vibes.
That's
from Smash Bros, not the movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. These hands,
yeah.
not. But yeah, Final Destination as a movie series, tough. Sinners is a good movie though.
I've only seen the first 2 Final Destination movies, and I've heard I don't need to watch many more after that.
I don't think you need to watch one after like half of one.
Oh, the half.
I think you know what's going on in about
true.
half of that movie. It's the same way with the Saw series. The first Saw movie is so good.
So good.
The second one is just like gore.
Yeah, it really does just feel like, well, what weird way can we kill people? It's like, oh, this is
If
less
you don't
about.
untie that shoelace with your teeth, then there's a shotgun pointed at your buddy. But if he doesn't manage to get his shoe on in time, like, then everyone becomes, it's just like.
Yeah. No,
But ultimately, it's just
ridiculous.
like, this is just going to end with a guy getting blasted.
Yeah, I know it's gonna happen here.
There's nothing elaborate going on here.
Yeah.
In the first one, there's like actual You know, like neither
And
of
the
them
first one was
fully
just
know
cut
what's
your foot
going
off.
on.
It wasn't
Yeah.
like something like that. The most popular one on the first one was literally just handcuffed to a thing.
Yeah, it's
Or
like, give that. It's like the guy asking for a cigarette. It's poisoned,
yeah,
or is it? You know,
Yep.
like there's actual like psychological games rather than just like do this task. It's like a game show. It's like do this task, or your buddy gets like thrown into an incinerator. Tough stuff. So yeah, not a fan of the
Oh.
Saw series.
Kaiju Clicks is a great idea. The house from Beetlejuice. That's really cool.
Oh yeah,
Because
hey.
you could do a flip. So like some of my favorite maps were the post-apocalypse and like pre or whatever from No Man's Land, right? I think it was No Man's Land.
Sure.
Where it was like one
Yeah.
version was like normal,
And then it was cratered
the
on the
flip
other.
side,
Yep.
yeah, it was all
This
messed
is
up
No
and
Man's
wrecked.
Land.
So like the Beetlejuice house, you do like the normal house, and then by the end of the movie, where Delia redoes everything and has all her weird art, or maybe even after it's come to life or something, you have that version of it. That'd be sick.
Have they done
that
like a
lot.
mirror dimension map before?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It'd be kind of cool.
That'd be cool.
Man, it's really hard to come up
It's
with
really
maps
difficult.
actually. Maybe we just don't know.
Some
that
of my
much.
favorite places have already been made though. Like Bronx in Oklahoma is like my favorite part of like Fear itself, and they've already made that. It's a map
Wayne
I
Manor.
love playing on. Wayne Manor. Can't beat it, dude.
No.
I wouldn't mind a newer Avengers Mansion map. I didn't like the Captain America Avengers set Avengers Mansion so much. I would like a new Avengers Mansion. That'd be cool. I'm not in love with the Avengers rooftop. I would love a reprint of Utopia West from Avengers vs. X-Men. Loved playing on that map.
You want to know what map I'd love a reprint of? I don't know the name of it. Maybe you guys remember it. In the Avengers set, so the first carded set, there's that map where there's the tank in the middle, and there was a little sniper's nest at the near the starting area as well, and then both sides had like little trenches that were hindering terrain.
That's really cool.
And then it had just like a piece of
Not this
blocking.
map at all.
That map played on so much it was just like ripped and tattered, just to shreds.
The Captain America set, the 2011 set, helicarrier maps.
I'll find the name of it.
That could link together.
Dude, those were cool.
That was
Those were
sick.
really cool.
You know the Abbey from Midnight Suns, sure. I think like also like the Sanctum Sanctorum, but we have one of those in modern right now. Actually, never mind. See, it already exists. They simply already have it.
They're calling it. It already
It
exists.
already exists. They're calling it a
And they're
HeroClix
right.
map.
More at 6. They're calling it lying. And
A revolutionary new tactic sweeping the nation.
it appears to be working. Airbase Outdoor, I think, is the name of this one. Yeah, Airbase Outdoor.
Airbase Outdoor. Wait, look at this.
I can't find a picture where it's fully unfolded though.
A
There we
a
go.
Green
baby.
Lantern map that has like a crack in the battery with some yellow energy coming out, but it's like just the big main battery. That'd be cool.
Yeah, this is a goated one, dude.
That is sick.
This
Whoa.
map was so good.
I would have loved playing on that, dude.
This is a great one. If you guys remember Airbase Outdoor,
That's
let me know.
Dude, that is a map that I want to
Posting up Winter Soldier in this little elevated right here. Hopefully, you can see we're watching ourselves in the corner as well.
Bro, that's
Okay, yeah,
his
you guys
home.
can see it. Yeah, this map was a stomping ground for sure. All it takes is one good map, and you're set. You're literally set for like the next 5 years to play on. in my
I
opinion.
actually like want to buy that map so bad right now. That map.
Let
freaking
me
rocks.
get you a price check, sir. Let's see. We'll see what we can do on eBay here. Airbase Outdoor HeroClix. How much do you think it's going to cost?
I hope it's like around $10, $20.
Jeez, $98.
What?
$5, $4.50 shipping.
There you go. I would do that. I'd buy that right now.
Would you buy a Jason Wingard right now? I would.
Not
I'm
here.
So jealous
right
that you
here.
found one of those for nothing. But like the terrain packs, the original terrain packs, 3D terrain,
Yeah.
people want so much money for those online. Like I'm not going to spend $30 on that, but I do want those things. I had them, but I think I just kind of, I was like really young, so I think I just kind of lost them or broke them or typical
Ooh,
kid stuff.
for sure, Kaiju. Squirrel's Treehouse in Central Park. Some of the Marvel Rival maps.
Yeah, Marvel Rival stuff would be cool. If they did the Null, the Clintar planet, something
You
like
said,
that
yeah.
would be really cool.
Gooey.
Oh, you
bits.
said that. Sorry,
Yeah.
Michael. But a Venom themed set.
I think
or not
the
themed map.
Baxter Building to Avengers Tower, that Manhattan map is like my favorite Marvel Rivals push the payload map. I love that
The
one.
Dracula one is the coolest.
Oh,
Where they had Blade,
totally.
Blade chained up.
They got Blade chained up.
They had him chained up, man. And then the next season he like disappeared from it.
Yeah, dude.
Kind of cool.
He's coming out. He's coming out in season 3.
He is?
Yeah.
That might get me to play
After
again.
Phoenix, it's Blade.
Is Phoenix broken?
She looks awful.
She looks like better Hella. What are we doing?
I don't know. I don't.
Honestly, like an X Mansion and then a Scorched Earth. Scorched? Gosh, I can't talk right now. Scorched X Mansion.
Dude, the Wolverine and the X-Men just destroyed X-Mansion from that
Yeah,
TV show.
dude.
That'd be cool.
Be really cool.
I
I mean, I'm
wouldn't
sure
mind-
X-Men Animated is going to give us some pretty
We
sick
have.
maps.
I don't know how we don't get an X-Mansion, right?
Yeah, you have to do X-Mansion. It's a rule of thumb.
We should get some cool Sentinel something or other map though, because Sentinels played such a major part. What like town?
I'm hoping we
in-
get some like 3D terrain.
Didn't they
from
go to
them.
some town in South America at one point? Like drop that guy off the roof, Bolivar Trask. Was that
Yeah.
like it's like some country? Yeah.
They did. They totally dropped him. I think it's Rogue who kills him, isn't it?
Well, kills him.
Yeah.
Totally intent
Yeah.
was to murder that guy though. She's a murderer. Rogue's horrible.
Yeah. Speaking of incidental murder, I actually did talk about this earlier. Old Batman versus Superman.
Oh yeah.
I had to rewatch that, and yeah, Batman kills so many people in that movie.
Has to.
Like he flies over with like spinning Gatling guns on the bat plane and lights up like 5 Humvees. That's not Batman, dude. He stabs a guy like right here, or no, other side, like right here. That guy's dead for sure. When he's spinning around,
Yeah.
like it breaks this dude's arm. He's like shooting his gun for him. Bullets kill people. I don't know. That Batman shoots
Usually.
way too many guns.
Usually.
And yeah, I just.
It's so funny you mentioned that because all I ever remembered him shooting from that movie was the kryptonite smoke grenade.
Oh yeah.
That's
At
all I could think of
Doomsday.
it. He shoots it at Superman though
Or-
initially
Yeah. No. Okay.
because he shoots it at Superman.
Yeah, because he's like, I have 1 charge left. Sorry. At the end of the movie.
It's what always bothered me was that in the comic, which is 1,000 times cooler,
It is.
is that he
so
has
much cooler,
kryptonite
dude.
boxing gloves.
Yeah.
And I know what they were going with the spear and all that jazz.
That's something I'd like to see in Hero Clicks again. It's
I
kryptonite
would
gloves
do.
Batman,
That'd be
dude.
sick.
Sorry, I might have interrupted your point. But
Oh, is there I don't know. So like that's the whole reason we actually discussed earlier whether or not we're going to go to Superman. And I told Ian if I can go for free, I'll go. I don't want to pay
he's like,
any
I'm not
money.
buying a ticket. I was
I
like,
don't
my
wanna-
work gives them to me for
So
free.
that works out really well. But I don't know what Guy Gardner's ring looks like. I know I don't like his costume because his costume is like the Justice Gangs, like their version of the Justice League or whatever. Like that's like their team uniform colors. And I don't like that look for Guy Gardner at all. The costume, that bowl cut rocks. I don't know. I think that's hilarious. I think that's awesome. I haven't seen what his ring looks like though. I'd like to probably get his ring. If we do go like Thursday or Friday night, I'll probably
gonna
wear my.
cosplay as
I'll probably
Superman, aren't
I'll
you?
probably wear my Guy Gardner jacket.
I thought you said you were doing Superman. You said you're. What's the
No.
popcorn bucket for Superman? Also,
It's crypto, dude. The popcorn bucket looks annoying to carry around. It's like that. It's like how it's Red Hulk. It's like a little diorama.
dude, I saw the Jurassic Park one too, where it's like an incubator. But now I'm also thinking, are movie theaters failing so bad that they've pivoted to buy the popcorn bucket and maybe go see the movie?
I honestly kind of, dude. Let me show you. You've seen the Fantastic Four one, right?
No,
Galactus's massive head.
I would maybe. Gosh, see, but that's the thing is the movie theaters are getting me. I
Yeah.
would maybe buy that one. I wanted to buy the Deadpool one, but they didn't. Or the theater we went to
They
didn't have them.
it. That one never gets anything cool.
No,
No.
the one we go to, the Marcus one.
It does. No. The ACX. We went to the
ACX.
ACX
Oh,
in
that's
X
right.
Arbin.
Yeah. Oh, the
If we-
Marcus one that gets the cool stuff.
Yeah, the Marcus theaters Marcus and AMC theaters typically get some pretty cool popcorn buckets.
How expensive are they? I'm seeing
This
comments
is
saying they're
dude,
expensive.
This is what it is. This thing is like $80.
Okay, I don't want
This
that.
thing is huge.
$80
It's like literally that big.
for a popcorn bucket? Do you get to refill it every time you go to the movie theater?
I think I doubt it. For free, probably not. This is the other popcorn bucket. It's like Reed Richards stretching around it, but it's like just like a popcorn, like a little action figure around it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is. The Superman popcorn bucket, I don't
Movie
like.
theaters are failing so bad they have to sell these. That's what this is. What would be
Trying
the
to
worst
find-
movie they could make a popcorn bucket for? There's got to be some real bad ones.
What would be it?
Just an awful movie.
So they have like a bunch of these generic ones, obviously, but there it is.
Oh yeah, those are the ones
That
you
looks stupid.
told me not to tell anyone that you had. Wow, that's awful.
That's bad, right?
Show that to the stream. That is horrible.
This is the Superman popcorn bucket.
Oh my God. Okay,
I
Michael,
think that
you
thing
win.
sucks.
I feel like anytime we ask a question,
Michael has
Like,
just a W answer.
I still remember this a while. Yeah, he wins every time. We were talking about who would be the most
Ugh.
broken
He's
super,
right, dude.
the most broken mascot for cereal. Who would translate the strongest into HeroClix? And Michael gave us the answer of the Raisin Bran Sun.
That was so good.
That was so good.
That was so
Yeah.
good, man.
We're thinking, I don't even remember. Who
I
we
was
were
thinking the
talking about.
Cocoa Puffs bird because he turns everything chocolate.
That is pretty powerful.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
Count Chocula vampire dial, like the
Obviously.
potential is there, but then 2 scoops.
Boom, boom.
So yeah, anytime we have a question like that, it feels like Michael always. Michael knows the answer. That is probably I can't think of anything worse. I'm not gonna say it.
No, I'm not. Yeah,
We're not gonna.
that's
talk
got to
about
be the
that.
worst popcorn bucket I could ever think of.
I paid less than $80 for the first Galactus. I did too, Chester. Yeah, $80 for a popcorn bucket. That's insane, man. That's really. How much was that one?
That was $30.
See,
You got
that's not
popcorn.
bad.
You got popcorn with it though.
So that accounted for $27.
Basically, yeah. So yeah, the Captain America ones weren't bad. The theater I went to, because it was so early for Thunderbolts, they actually didn't have any popcorn buckets, which is such a bummer.
Oh sure.
So I'm gonna go buy these on eBay eventually, just because I loved Thunderbolts, and I'm probably gonna buy pretty much all the merch related to that movie eventually. But they had Red Guardian's helmet as a popcorn bucket, which can kind of fit on your head, which is kind of funny. It was really just more of a topper. And then they had Red Guardian's limo, which made no sense for bucket wise, but it's neat. And then they had the Asterix as a bucket / drink.
These
combo.
aren't even popcorn buckets.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at the Thunderbolts.
Oh yeah, they're really weird, right? They don't really make sense.
It's
They're
literally
not
just
a shape. They're things. They're
it's
toys.
just a car.
I don't know how that's a popcorn bucket, but I love it.
I don't think I have to get up to.
But I want that so bad, dude. But it has U.S. Agent Shield. His arm holding a shield on the back. I think it's really cute. It's not good for a popcorn bucket, but
What's the point of this?
exactly. It's really weird.
Well, the point is that movie theaters are failing, and it's
Well, they
sad
are.
day.
So it's they're selling toys under the guise that this is for a snack for your enjoyment in the theater, but really it's not.
This is dumb.
Are you looking at the asterisks? I knew you would. I knew you were going to look at
This
That
is
is the drink. That is the drink, and then the popcorn. That's funny, Ian. That's funny.
Oh, this hurts.
Isn't that hilarious? Come on, dude. How that is the drink,
It's-
and then later the popcorn bucket, and then they
This-
slot in.
This is one of the things that's funny as a concept,
I think that's great.
and then
I think
it
it's
gets
so
made, and it's oh, you guys weren't kidding. Yeah, I'm seeing this guy wants $80 for the Red Guardian,
Oh, really?
the whole bundle,
Dang.
the mask,
Oh, I would maybe do that for the whole bundle. Yeah.
the whole bundle of. Gosh.
If the popcorn bucket, I don't think Superman has a Green Lantern popcorn bucket, but if it was the lantern, the Green Lantern's lantern is a popcorn bucket, that'd be sick.
That's so
Well,
good.
right? DC.
Is it $80 good?
Well, I mean, the lantern, the reason Galactus is $80 because he's literally this big. He's going to be huge, Ian. That's why
Really?
Galactus is $80. Yeah, he's massive. His noggin is huge.
Gosh.
The rest of them are $30. I would pay $30 for a Green Lantern popcorn bucket.
Yeah, people are doing a pre-sale. People want $140 for this Galactus popcorn bucket. Oh, I hate that I want this. Oh, I hate that I want this.
You know what I also dislike is
Do you have to call your movie theater ahead of time and pre-order these?
I think it's usually first come first serve.
Really?
So yeah, I think if you really want to get a shot at them, you have to go day of premiere, Give me the popcorn
You
bucket.
have to go that night. Then
Yeah, you have to go that night.
That's another thing that kind of soured movies is they stopped doing midnight premieres. They would do 2-day early screening or whatever.
Yeah.
You used to have to wait in line to see Avengers.
I mean, now it's what? They come out on Friday, and usually there's a screening Thursday night.
They do a screening on like Tuesday, it feels like.
Ah.
It's kind of what happened to Black Friday as well, where eventually Black Friday was you're going before Thanksgiving.
Dude, it's Black November. It honestly just
Black
feels like
November,
it really feels like, we've got deals all month long. It's like, I don't want deals all month long. I want to feel like I'm robbing you on one day.
Yes.
That's what I want.
I want to see people get trampled for Guitar Hero 3. That is what I'm
talking about.
Okay? When did we lose that? Our American culture, right? Whatever happened to Rock Band and Guitar Hero and people dying on Black Friday?
People get trampled to death for a 40-inch TV.
Yeah, the other thing too is like the sales are really not, they're just, I haven't done Black Friday in years. This Cyber Monday, just wait for that.
Yeah, a lot of Black Friday / Cyber Monday stuff is just also online. A lot of Black Friday deals. So I've always done Black Friday online. There was, what was it, 2021? Yeah, it was 2021, where I did go to a few Walmarts on Black Friday. Stressed out.
Yeah, dude.
Just loved it. But I loved it, dude. I did. Like, this rocks.
The most intense Black Friday easily that I can remember was when the Wii came out.
Oh.
Because that came out like early November.
We bought that online. We bought that on eBay or whatever.
Dang.
Yeah.
Shell out.
We got scalped.
Yeah, okay.
Bad. Or I should say my grandma did.
Dang, yeah, dude, we've all got my aunt waited outside of a GameStop for like a day to get us a Wii. It's like, thank you, Aunt Melissa.
You either had a Wii or you didn't.
Yeah.
Which means you pretty much almost every family had a Wii.
Every family had a Wii, man.
Or whatever it was, 2005, 2006.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But the Black Friday for that, I remember seeing people like literally lined up around the Best Buy in Sioux Falls, of all places, to try and get a Wii.
The Target over around here, I know it's not to the same extent, but like they have signs saying Switch 2 sold out here in town.
Really? I thought the Switch 2 wasn't selling well. Am I crazy? Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, at the Target on Dodge, at least.
Dang.
Yeah.
And one of my coworkers bought a Switch 2, and I was messing around with it. They're so much bigger than the other Switch. But I don't know. I don't play my Switch anymore. Kind of fell out of it. I don't know. Just when you get a PC, just everything changes.
Game changer. It's over.
And it's like I would love to play the Mario games, but I also refuse to pay like $60 for them.
Dude, the fact that Mario Kart is $80. It's Mario Kart.
$80.
I've never once had $60 worth of fun at Mario Kart.
Something tariff something.
Let alone I guess, but like
$80 for
it's Mario Kart.
Just $80 for a game.
If it helps you,
I can't imagine ever. I just don't even know.
Now wait a second. This is different. Paying $80 for one of these is different.
I have no idea who in their right mind would ever spend that kind of money on a game they enjoy.
Who would ever spend $80?
Who would ever spend maybe more? Maybe an embarrassing amount more. No. I think Arachnite is the figure I've spent the most money on, and I don't regret it. I've had so much fun playing. You've even had fun playing.
I love playing Arachnite.
As a Spider-Man hater, dude. He might be as far as meta figures or modern competitive figures go, here's a challenge for everyone in the chat. Name me a figure that is more fun than Arachnite in competitive play. I honestly, I think he's my number one. And the other figure
the key term being fun.
Yeah, well, maybe just one that you really enjoyed, but man, Arachnite's just a thrill every time. Like back when Trick Arrows where you could do
fun with, dude,
3 in one go, just mag dumping somebody with every Trick Arrow. So awesome. Unfortunately, God Emperor Doom I never got to fully work. I did try playing him at 100.
Ooh. So what did you spend on Arachnite? Arachnite is the most you've ever spent on a
most
figure,
I've ever spent on a HeroClick, and he was $140.
$140.
That was a sale at the time.
And that was a deal.
Yeah, it was
What's the most I ever spent on a HeroClix figure?
That's like the most by, I think, quite a bit. The next one was Platform Doom. So I think that was like 110.
Recently, last year, I think you sent me this. For $70, I got Zodder Sanan, but plus a Sinestro Chase and a few other things.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was like $70, right?
It was right around.
I was like, that's a great steal. That's what I can remember recently. I think somewhere in there, I want to say I spent like $100 for Zombie Super Scroll.
Oh man.
I want to say I did that.
Kaiju Click saying, "What is the most you've ever spent on one figure?" Mine is Prime Q at
That's
almost
tough,
300.
dude.
Let me
I
talk
remember
about
him,
that.
dude. I remember him being $300, and like I wish I pulled one so I could make $300.
Dude, when the day the Star Trek set released, I was on eBay and there were like 4 Prime Qs that were like ranging from 70 to $100. And in my head I was like, this guy is so beyond broken. I was like, I should just buy all of these. I should buy at least one.
Ian the fumble.
I should buy at least one. I could buy all of these, and then I didn't. I didn't touch any of them because I just don't really care about Star Trek. And then yeah, sure enough, like a week later, it's like he's impossible to find.
Dang, dude.
I'm calling Rainbow Sports Cards, going, "Hey, can I get a case of this?" Like, no, they only had so many, and like we didn't even order some for the store. We just did pre-orders for people.
I remember that year at Gen Con, I saw Daniel Powell buy a case of that set to unbox, and he didn't get it Q Prime, and I was like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
tough,
what
man.
else was even good?
That
in
was
that
the
set?
gamble. I don't know.
Nothing.
I
I
can't
don't even think you can find Q Prime very easily still
I
today.
think
He's not
also
$300
just-
bucks
I think
anymore.
also just
but-
normal Q is like solid, but he was like 50 points for his low line instead of 30.
Oh, regular Q, that's right.
Regular Q is also like fine.
Yeah, on eBay you've got an option of $190 your best offer,
Really?
or $200 plus
Still for
$6.35.
Q Prime? Wow.
I can think of trades where I shelled out the world to get what I wanted.
Yeah, I definitely overtraded hundreds of dollars for stuff.
Trying to think of other expensive figures that I bought. I mean, I did buy the full set of Supernova Zombies this year, but I did get a great deal on that. Or that was last year actually, but it was $200 for the set of 4, which I thought $50 a
50
piece.
bucks each is so good.
That's not bad at
Yeah.
all, right? I was prepared to spend like $150 on Green Lantern Batman if I didn't pull him.
Crazy.
We did.
Crazy.
That was great. The MOE chases I didn't.
Thank you.
I didn't really have to buy.
Thank you.
Traded or pulled them.
I know. The shirt's been fire. I appreciate it, Snugsy. Oh, Lil Freak's trying to strike a deal, bro. You still want a Q Prime? I don't think you don't want one. You wanted to flip them.
Yeah, I wanted to flip them. I
Yeah.
saw them. I was like, this is way undervalued. This guy is so broken. So I was like looking to buy and sell them at the time, but I was just didn't. I bought the full set of the Chase Turtles from Miles Kane,
Ooh.
which
those
he
are cool.
gave me a great deal. I think he sold them to me for like $60. I was like, this is like insultingly low to you. I was like, you can
It is
charge
low.
me more. And he's like, no, I have like 3 sets of them. So I really like that Chase set. Honestly, okay, just along the sides of like acquiring HeroClix or along that conversation, the hardest chase theme that has ever been to complete for me, like by miles, hands down, 100% were the spider chases. People did not want to trade
From
those things.
SVAC, yeah.
The spider chases from SVAC took me so long to track down to get all of them. Oh my gosh. And that was another case where it's like I didn't really want to buy them. I did not want to buy a 1776. I traded for one after his errata.
I got one for 50
Perfectly
bucks.
fine. I hate you.
I can't like so going into
Oh.
states that year for South Dakota, I like couldn't borrow a lot of the stuff I wanted, and I knew that ahead of time because Isaac was playing and all this other stuff, and I was using it to borrow from him. Like, so I bought I got that 76 for like $50, 55 ships. I'm like, that's insane. I know,
Wild,
dude,
dude.
I was like going crazy on eBay looking at all this stuff. I got a Black Vulcan for 25 bucks. And I've used Black Vulcan on so many teams. Like, that's the easiest
I did
$25.
too.
Or like
Yeah.
Black Vulcan, Green Arrow. Like, I got a bunch of troublemakers for like relatively
Dirt
cheap,
cheap.
you know, and I like really liked that.
Black Vulcan
Yeah.
was going for like $70 at the time, and I had set up alerts, and somebody listed one for 25. I was like, oh yeah, duh.
Done. Yeah.
A Black Vulcan, I just kept. I think at one point I had 4 Black Vulcans just from like. I know I pulled one, I bought one.
Dang.
Somebody threw it in like a trade. Like Black Vulcans just kept coming.
Well, that's
to me.
pretty chill. I like that.
I don't know how that happened, but just kept coming. Same with Doctor Thing. I pulled Doctor Thing like 3 or 4 times.
Not as cool.
Not cool at all.
Not.
But he kept turning into cooler things, so it was okay. Also, dude, I mean, Jason Wingard, that's probably my biggest flex. I wish I wasn't literally like moving into, like, I think it was like my second year of college when
Yeah.
that set came out. And like I am broke as a joke because it's like I got to pay my rent, I had to buy books, I had to pay for school, just worked all summer, gone, you know.
Yeah.
And Jason Wingard is like $40 to $50 on eBay, and there's probably 10 of them listed at that price. And Luke, well, a good friend of mine who we like shared a collection, still kind of do. I was like, do you have like $25? We need to split a Jason Wingard. I wish I just had the money to buy all of them because, you know, what, a month later, he's like $150.
Yeah.
Like, gosh, But Jason Wingard, yeah, just being like, we have to find the money to scrape together.
Jason
for this.
was one of those figures where I pulled him in pre-release, and then he was horrible in pre-release. I thought he was just bad, And then
I thought I was like losing my mind looking at that figure. I was like, this is the
wasn't-
most broken
he
trait
wasn't
I've ever
selling
read.
for a lot when
No.
he first came out. So I never sold him at pre-release because I was like, I'll just keep him, whatever. He didn't do that well for me. But then again, after people were like, oh no, this dude's insane. And I was like, oh, he is insane. Probably played him almost nonstop while he was modern. I played him so much.
He might be, okay, I take it back. Arachnite is second to the main man himself, Mr. Jason Wingard. He is the most fun I've ever had with
Jason
meta
Wingard,
figure.
You would like look at the card and you'd be like, oh yeah, he does have Outwit. I forgot about that. Or like, oh, he does have this, or he does that. It's like he did so much
he does
stuff.
have global leadership.
Of course he did. Yeah, like why not?
Why wouldn't he?
Or just like, again, like self-leadership.
It didn't make
that
any
was the biggest
sense.
thing, was removing a token off himself.
Yeah.
That was huge.
Like, am I wrong in saying this, Calder? He was an 18 willpower with shape change. Why did he never get killed?
I thought he was a 17 willpower.
I'll bet my life. 6'11", 18-1, sidestep, smoke cloud, willpower, shape change. 8 range, single target, 75 points. That's Jason Wingard, baby. Do not question me. On this, on Jason, you think he's a 17? If he's a 17, I'm going to be so sad.
Okay, say his stats again.
6'11", 18-1, sidestep, smoke cloud, willpower, shape change. 8 range. I believe he only had one target.
You got it nail on the head.
75.
You got it nail on the head. 75. I don't know how he never died, though. He never died. He never died. 18 willpower, shape change. But Homeboy literally never died.
Every ability Wingard has is like, oh, this is why he's banned. Yeah, honestly.
Kinda.
Every single one of them. And he was so fun. Maybe third most broken figure ever.
Oh, dude, Kaiju. I also made a great
No one
Major
is beating
Logan
D-Twist
trade. I traded Halleck Muster of HeroClix USA. I traded him 2 Wolverine dice and Colossus Prime for Major Logan at one point.
I do remember that, actually.
Did
Major
not
Logan
age
wasn't
well
very
for him.
expensive, and
Not
Colossus was like
right away.
$80 out the
Yeah.
gates.
They were really close.
I mean, we actually revealed him. We got to pull him first, and we
Yeah.
we were both like, oh, or you and Simmy were like, oh, hey, gold Colossus. And I think one of you clicked to his eye. You're like, yo.
Dude, it's just, the stats are just like, oh.
We did a Discord preview. We had like probably 15 people on our call. And immediately everyone was like, okay, well, that's certainly meta. Oh, man. Okay, so Michael, you're saying that Jason Wingard is the third most broken figure ever. Faust is number 1. What's number 2? My most broken figure ever list, I feel like you have to include the Ben Chung Nightcrawler. I mean, that figure, you have to, it's kind of like when you talk about eras of sports. You have to factor the era that they're in. But that guy did not care about anything on the map, could move through anything, could literally just go hit you and bring you back to whatever and murder you. Like 14 movement.
At one point in time, I would have said, like, Kobik Trader.
I hated that piece.
That was so annoying.
Oh my gosh. That piece was the bane of my existence for the longest time.
Right?
I don't know if Nightcrawler's the second most broken figure ever, though. That doesn't sound right.
D20 Faust for sure.
D20 Faust is number one.
Absolutely, 100%.
Undisputed, most broken
Do
thing
you
ever.
ever just go Ghost Rider for number 2?
Ghost Rider?
Yeah.
Which Ghost Rider?
ASM Ghost Rider.
Most broken figure? I don't think so, because that was more so the ATA that made him broken. The figure itself wasn't broken.
Okay, so we're not necessarily, so we're just going to really
like the
boil
JLA
down.
team base, you could say.
So we're boiling down truly to just the figure.
Yeah, the figure. Not
how
the
you
era it's
played
in.
around the figure, how you typically built with the figure, right? Okay.
Yeah, like what figure presented some of the most problematic things for the game? I mean, I'm starting to think Colossus Prime. You could put Beetlejuice in like the top
Iron
5.
Pharaoh's a good one.
Iron Pharaoh
Pharaoh's
was a
good
load
one, dude.
of you fill in the blank.
I hate the dude.
I bought one pack of that set and pulled Iron Pharaoh. So I do like him for that reason. Sold him for like $100. I was like, all right, sick. Law Ben's Nightcrawler, yeah. Still wins worlds after getting nerfed to the ground. ASM wasn't broken, the 88, thank you.
Yeah.
Firelord? You could say Firelord. That's like the only piece I know of at Rainbow Sports Cards that got banned. In 20 years of playing. It was like, it might have been just because our local scene, like everyone's like,
Yeah.
I'm playing Firelord.
Spiral?
Ooh,
I don't
that's
know if
a
I'd
good
put
one.
her second, but that is a good one.
That is a good one. Also, same set.
Oh, Phantom X. Yeah, but he was along the same.
No, Phantom X 2. Wow, that's at a lot of broken stuff.
Yeah.
No, he had flurry and he could teleport anywhere on the map.
Shatterstar. He also, man.
That guy was a
Wolverine the X-Men. I got your number,
guy
dude.
was such a man.
Oh, Prime Vulture. Dude, no. I think that's got to be second.
That's a good second
Emily,
place.
thank you so
That's
much.
a good second
Thank you for
place.
remembering all the days of my life that you ruined by playing that piece because I hate Prime
I
Vulture.
remember playing Jason Wingard and Prime Vulture on the same team and having a ball with Valeria Richards and the spin ring, Magneto to go with. Yeah.
No.
Good time.
It wasn't
good times.
Time.
It
Not
was.
fun.
How
Yeah,
about,
Vulture was literally just like, oh, you stepped to the left once too much. You're dead. Your entire team is cooked.
you idiot.
The fact that it's just like, all right, cool, I guess we're doing this now. Just, okay, this charge, and then this charge, and then this charge. I was like, I hate this.
The first time I had it happen to me, I was legitimately like, okay. I hated it even more because
Prime
it was Vulture.
Dude, he was a yeah, so why does Vulture get to do this?
Yeah, why is Vulture? If it was Wolverine, I think I would have been more forgiving.
Yeah, dude, a Berserker, Weapon X.
If it was Nightcrawler, I'd be more forgiving.
Like Weapon X breaking out of the tank, if that's that Wolverine, where he's just killing people left and right, for sure.
Be a lot more forgiving.
You know?
Oh, Wendigo. Wendigo has to be up there. Maybe not. Maybe he's not on the same tier.
I think broken in a way, yes. Not in the like broken oppressive way we're kind of talking about right now. But
I hate Wendigo is like the most cost efficient 15 points ever made.
He was ridiculous.
He is so crazy. I don't know, but yeah, I agree with you. Not in the same way. In the same category as Wendigo. Wonder Woman 80, Super Rare Flash.
Yeah.
What the? Like,
yeah, dude.
I know this
he's
is a player-made.
Now
figure.
that's a Arachnite. Arachnite.
I love
that. Flash is probably my most fun meta piece to play.
Yeah,
that dude's fun.
I honestly could agree with you on that. He's in that round table for sure. That figure though, when are you ever Calder?
So broken. So
10
dumb,
years
dude.
from now, I will be willing to bet. I don't think you're ever going to see that stat line on another character that's 30 points. 13, 12, 18, 3, double move, like double charge. So every perplex you put into his movement is 2. So he's got like a multiplier for his perplexes on speed. He's wild card, so he's carrying 8 people. That's what that loosely translates
That's what it means.
To. Dude, I don't know. That Flash was so like busted.
Shout out to that.
But everyone
Flash,
loved him, so it was
because
okay.
that means Teen Lantern got more play.
Yeah.
Because who would have played Teen? I mean,
For
little
a while,
bit.
I got memed on because they're like, "All right, Ian, how do you build this team?" I'm like, okay, so I think we start with Flash and Teen Lantern, or Flash and Chip.
Well, yeah.
That's how every build I had. Like, gosh, is bad. Is Sky Tyrant? Oh, what about Scarab? Is Scarab in the discussion? I just don't see them as like Faust level.
I don't consider no.
But there's also a significant drop off from Faust to second place.
And we're considering second place.
If Michael's
Vulture.
saying Jason Wingard is third, is Vulture more broken than Jason Wingard?
Jason Wingard? No. I wouldn't say so.
Is he? I could see that one going either way. I think this is some Michael Jordan, LeBron James kind of debate. You know, depending on which era maybe that you played in more.
Yeah.
They had a little bit of overlap. They didn't, the athletes, but.
It's crazy because Wonder Woman 80 was the most stacked, super rare, chase, rare set ever, but it also had a fun cur, even though I'm like, who are half these people? I don't know any of these characters, but Wonder Woman had like a really fun cur to play, and it had a ton of generics to collect. The power scaling in the super rares and chases was also just
nuts.
Insane.
Yeah, Wonder Woman 80 was... Okay, Wonder Woman 80 honestly feels like the peak of like meta.
Oh yeah, oh my gosh. The meta,
not even close.
I don't think we've had another set since Wonder Woman 80 that has had the meta impact that Wonder Woman 80 had.
I would agree with that.
That set completely reshaped the meta.
Commissioner Flash, Teen Lantern, Chip, Faust, Scarab,
the Wonder Woman
Sky
shifting,
Tyrant,
like
they were all solid. Pretty solid. Gosh, I know there's more. That was just literally off.
Yeah,
right there. Warstar. What did W? Was that the guy with the removable Beni?
Yeah.
Well, he was broken.
I don't know. I don't think so.
What was he doing, Michael? What? Come on, that guy was broken, really? Oh, dude, Spider-Man 1776 pre-errata. That's probably. That's, I think, worse than Vulture.
Yeah.
Because that team beat Vulture over and over and over. I mean, when Spider-Man 1776 came out, this build literally won 8 events in a row. This was during COVID, so no other events were happening. The last one that was in person that we know of, we went to.
Yeah.
This team also won that.
You did.
So it won the last in-person event that we knew of.
Was 76, Punisher War Machine.
Punisher War Machine, 2 1776s,
yeah.
Spider Pharaoh, 2x2 Magneto, Mary Jane, and then I think it was like Power Gem on Punisher War Machine. Or no, it was Carnage Symbiote. So he could heal. He could just Colossus Stamp.
Yeah, that was the point. Yeah.
And yeah, it's like you have 2 actions.
So good.
That team was so broken. Yeah, 76 I think might literally be number 2 for me. Literally playing 2 of them and saying you get half your actions.
You get 2 actions, yeah.
So the meta was
so good.
Either play it or build a team that functions on 2 actions. Absurd. Globally limiting your opponent's ability to do anything. Like, you guys think Beetlejuice was bad.
Yeah, this is not. Oh, wow. Beetlejuice is nothing compared
Beetlejuice
to this.
doesn't hold a candle to old 76. Yeah, thank you for bringing him up.
You want to talk about main force 100
Oh
points?
my gosh.
Main force
Whew.
100 points, 76. He was
That guy
nuts.
was brutal. I only had to play against that one time, and I was like, I literally never want to do that again.
I think you got pretty enlightened, little freak. 1776 had an ability that said, opposing characters modify their action total -1.
It wasn't a unique modifier.
and then
It was a global effect.
Global effects, just pure
-1.
They always had -1 action. So if you played 2, you just had -2. It did say you had a minimum of 2 actions, though, so you could never play 3, and they only had 1. But straight up, so in a 300-point game, that guy,
This guy
like,
right
rocks.
here.
He is also on my shelf.
I hate him.
But I loved him, though, because he was George Washington Spider-Man.
I liked playing him after the errata with the lasso.
That was cool. That was really
dude,
cool.
one of the U.S. Agent build with him, Super Rare
Oh,
Green
that
Lantern,
was
that's like one of the
so
most fun.
good.
Oh,
That U.S. Agent build was also, I mean, U.S. Agent's up there for fun, but he's not like, he's off meta, way off meta pick. But
Yeah.
that entire build was so fun to play. Sakari Iron Man is up there for a fun meta piece, actually.
I was gonna say I'll bring out a couple here,
yeah, there you go.
dude. Another one. This is a sleeper pick right here. I think.
Sentry and Void, Dirty Things. People did dirty things with Sentry and Void.
They did.
That's not cool. Sentry and Void is like not chill.
What other meta stuff do I?
You're not a
have up
chill
here?
guy if you played Sentry and Void. But yeah,
No, I
17's
did. I won
No,
the IG.
that wasn't very
panels.
chill. That thing is dirty.
I thought it was pretty chill to me.
I would say, are you a chill person if you played Sentry and Void? No. Are you a chill person if you ever played Unimind? No. You're actually a very not chill person if you played Unimind.
Oh,
Hated
this
Unimind.
guy wasn't.
Oh, he's a butthole.
He was an a-hole.
I did not like him whatsoever, dude.
Oh, if you played this Joker, oh my gosh.
Dislike you a lot.
Oh, even though I did play him a couple times and had a lot of fun, hated this
I never
figure.
had fun. I never liked him.
I think a lot of people dislike this figure. I do just kind of want to talk about the history of this figure here because it was. Again, this was another instance of I thought I was losing my mind. I think people disliked this figure, but I had a ton of fun playing him. Old Immortal Hulk, dude. Immortal Hulk was the man.
Nah, I don't like him at all. Did
Okay,
not like
in the
him
ID card
whatsoever.
era, no. But when ID cards
Yeah.
were gone, he was just bashing. So much fun. Like, I know at the time, it's like you're probably giving things like Vulture Prime the Arc Arms, but giving him the Arc Arms was also a really good time. But when this figure first got previewed, this is probably one of my favorite threads in like all of HeroClix that I can remember color. Because there's a handful of people saying like, this guy's insane, he's so good. Because he's 5 clicks of life, but for those of you who don't know him, he's 5 clicks of life, he has a stop click on 2, his stats go crazy on click 2, and when he dies, you remove a token, goes back to click 1. So in total, he gets 15 clicks of health from that. So 3 stop
that
clicks.
thread where the guy.
Yeah, and so there are people arguing on if he's good or not, and a majority of them are saying like, I don't think he's that good. He's only 5 clicks. So somebody literally copy pasted his dial like 3 times.
That's so funny.
On like a giant dial, and it's like, this is what you're paying 100 points for. And then the thread like flipped. They're like, oh, that's really good.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, maybe people didn't enjoy him.
Balls
as much.
of Fury. You're
liked
so right, Kaiju. When Balls of Fury rotated, I was like, I counted down the days for the rotation to happen so I would not have to play against Balls of Fury anymore. That figure and Unimind were the only 2 figures where I was ever like, I literally cannot wait for this piece to rotate because I am so sick and tired of playing against it.
I was really happy to see Kopik. Well, actually, I was really happy to see ID cards go, and then Kopik.
I feel like
with that.
By the time Kobik was rotating, she wasn't as bad.
No, she wasn't a problem
But
anymore.
Unimind was always a pain in the butt his entire life cycle, and it was so great to see him go.
Counted down his days.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh,
I hate this.
that's
figure.
actually a really good one.
Is this guy in the discussion for like one of the most busted figures
He's
ever?
not, but he's not broken, right? He just
How is he not?
is he simple in a way?
Yeah,
right?
okay. The guy, but the thing is like, what other figures like moving across the map? Well, no, there's a lot of answers.
There's a lot
to
of figures move across the map.
I was
and
gonna say
make 2
moving
attacks.
across the map, pumping out insane damage. It's penetrating. He's healing off of that.
Thank you, Kaiju. Yeah, Prime Spidey. Prime Spidey, he was a figure I also counted down. Like, I'm
It's
sick
worse
and
than
tired of playing
CSS.
against
I would
him.
agree with that.
I
Prime
definitely agree with
Spider-Man,
that.
100%.
Prime Spidey was like literally get him out of the game.
I just don't
hated
have him
playing
on my
against Prime
shelf.
Spider-Man.
I should have Prime Spider-Man on my shelf. He's a Hallmark figure. He ain't broke, but badly bent. Yeah, this one did have a bent surfboard.
Is it? Oh, yeah, he is. I don't think badly bent, but he is bent. He kind of do be bent though.
Yeah, that's okay.
I forgot you owned one.
Yeah, after he rotated, Miles Kane gave me
Shout out
an
Miles.
insanely
Miles with the
good
deals.
deal on this one. It is a figure that I wanted to own simply for the meta historian in me. I hate everything about this figure though.
I
if
don't
I'm
like him.
honest.
Don't like the sculpt. Don't like what he
The
does.
globby globster.
Guy just
Globbage,
looks like he made a
Glover,
Laffy
Gurfer.
Taffy.
Yeah, he's got like crap flying off of him. I'm
not
hard
cool.
pressed to believe that the Carnage symbiote adds any power to Silver Surfer as well. But just the fact that this guy dominated for so long and was so expensive for so long, I felt the need to own him. So when I had a good opportunity to purchase one, I purchased one.
Can I tell you what the most annoying part of his dial was for me?
What's that?
Right here. That kicked my butt every time.
When he was on toughness?
Toughness, yeah.
Why?
Because I couldn't ping him for free.
Oh, sure.
I stopped. So like one of my biggest things when I played against that the most was when I was at Huntington's in 2023. Emily was playing it. Everybody. It felt like every team I was playing against it played against it. And I was like, we're in the 3v3. I didn't think I'd have to play against him that much. My seed, people were just glued to playing Carnage Surfer. And I couldn't do the leapfrog, bounce, bounce, bounce. I couldn't like ping him the entire time with like boots and leapfrog. I could only bounce him twice, and then I had to try to get through shape change.
Ugh.
So it was brutal.
I do remember when we were practicing for that event, you were playing Mad Online, and you went over and leapfrogged a Faust, you just ping, ping, ping.
Bounce, bounce, bounce. That
And
was
Matt's
awesome.
like, oh wait, how is it 3 damage though? You're like, okay, I'm using the ring.
Yep.
I'm using leapfrog, and I don't even remember what the third instance
When he
was.
sidesteps, he could knock you back.
Okay.
So he sidesteps in, knockback, leapfrog, ring.
Yeah.
It ruled.
So you just, it was just all. I believe it was like specifically to kill Faust as well, because like he was everywhere.
Yeah. He was everywhere.
I hate Faust.
It happened in one game against. Actually, it was a few times that day where there were like 3-click characters that had no defense reducers, and I went bing, 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 they're dead, and I had to explain that interaction
Bing,
quite
bing,
a lot.
bing.
It was so fun.
They're dead.
Rip it and rip it. We called it bounce, bounce, bounce. Though we said bounce, bounce, bounce. I bounce into you 3 times. Bounce, 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 and you're dead.
Yeah, you're right. He's definitely not on the same broken scale.
No, that's a Spider-Man. No.
Not the same. Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, Krang was a menace with Justin Seyfert, though. Outside of, I mean, you would probably say Justin Seyfert, he's a broken figure. He was a broken enabler.
I need to grab a charger for
Yeah,
this.
for shiz. Faux showa. Justin Seyfert was nuts.
Oh, dude, he's insane.
Justin Seyfert was mean, dude. He just, enabled so many robots when you chose them to be a Sentinel. It was just crazy. He was probably the best figure from Avengers Assemble. Not a lot of figures from that set come to mind. Really cool chase theme. I loved the old alternate versions of the Avengers plus Rick Jones. I loved the Prime Ragnarok in that set. Night-night. Enjoy your holiday weekend, John. We'll see you. Ian's tented, I'm sure, but he's getting a charger right now. I guess Krang was, I forgot that Pulse Wave was a full damage, but yeah, 6 damage Pulse Wave was nuts.
Dude, Justin Seifert was.
But you always played him with Justin Seifert, though. That was like the
you
main
full
deal.
map moved and then just nuked people because he was like +2 stats.
I'm so happy full damage Pulse Wave is gone, man. That, yeah, you can make that one go longer.
I don't want to disturb you.
You got it. Two.
Yes, it's a long cable, baby. We're good. We're golden.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Not.
Ugh.
I lied.
Do you all... Oh, yeah, we had a great 4th of July, Liz. I went I did, sorry. I had a great 4th of July. I went to, here in Nebraska, Seward is a town that is the 4th of July capital of Nebraska. So they shut down a couple city blocks and Main Street. It's not a big town, a couple thousand people. It's not huge. But they shut down the town, and there's probably like 10,000 people walking around that day. It's just a ton of people downtown, and there's vendors, and there's hot dog eating contests, and there's music and fireworks and firemen doing cool things, and they always do a pole vault competition, which makes me go, I could probably do that. Yeah. Every time I see it, and it's like, no, probably couldn't. Like,
yeah,
definitely
that's probably
couldn't.
a lot harder than
yeah. But every time I see it, I'm like, just running.
Give me one of those sticks.
Kinda. I'm like, let me have one of them sticks. They're like 15 feet long. They're huge.
Dude, the shot pudding. I see
Throwing
that.
a little ball.
Yeah, and I'm always like, could throw that pretty good.
I could throw that ball.
I was pretty good at that.
I think with your levers, dude.
I was pretty good.
Yeah.
Got like 3rd at state when I was like 13.
Okay.
But I definitely come on. Today?
No,
not happening.
I think I'd really hurt myself pretty badly if I tried that today.
Well, the techniques they use too are like they're spinning and doing the step. Yeah, just
the one where it's crazy. Watched Maya Lesnar do it a few days ago.
Oh yeah,
actually showed up on my feet, and I was like, wow, that's insane. I love it, dude.
My assistant at work, he likes to take the 4th off, so I was like, I can work the 4th. That's no problem.
Nice.
Hotels don't shut down, so I mean it's pretty chill for the most part. Ended up going up on top of the building and watching some fireworks. That was honestly pretty.
When
cool.
there's so many fireworks around Omaha, that's
for the most part, I was just like hanging out, just not doing a whole lot.
Yeah, I was stoked.
My brother stopped by.
Oh, did he? Oh, cool. Yeah. Right on.
So
I hung out, like my sister and her fiance hung out with me all day that day. I was with some friends. It was just a great time seeing fireworks, hanging out. I love seeing. It's the one day a year where everybody dresses like me too. I really like that.
Poser.
Because I typically
false prophet.
I'm usually always rocking a little. Ironically, my USA hat's over there, but like I'm usually always like a lot of my
Patriot
baseline
glasses.
Yeah, I did. I rocked those glasses. I rocked the glasses. I rocked the hat. I rocked a Captain America hat, patriotic glasses that you got me. I bought a new flag shirt. I'm a sucker for American flag
I got you. They came from the Lost and Found.
Well, yeah, but
they were there for like over a year. And I was like, all right, there you go.
And so I just love it. Wore my jorts, or my tennis shoes, I guess, are just kind of red, white, and blue. Someone was like, you just kind of have a patriotic vibe. And I'm like, I love Captain America, and it just bleeds over into everything. People, it's always funny. We have a new manager at work who's training to be a manager at a different gym. And she like has to park next to my truck, right? Because we all have the same parking. And she's like, so you like have like those stickers? That's pretty cool. Because I have like the on your left sticker. And then
he has a massive shield on the hood of his car.
I have the Captain America shield on my truck. And she's like, that's pretty neat.
I think that's the only one you need to mention.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you're right.
When you came to Valet Park, they were like, what's it look like? I was like, you can't miss it. It has a big shield sticker on the front of Captain America.
But then the next day I came in, I was wearing like my Captain America hat, and then I had my Captain America backpack. And she's like, so you're like all about Captain America, huh?
I went off the edge of
and I told him, like, you have no clue.
Yeah.
You have no idea. Like, yeah.
I saw a video of some girl saying it's a red flag if a guy's favorite superhero is the movie version of Captain America. But if it's the comic version, then you need to marry him immediately. I was like, I should send this to you.
That's awesome. I don't think it's a red flag if it's the movie version. I think the movie version is pretty good. But comic version all day. That's just, they are different characters for sure. But
the comic version is infinitely better.
Oh, infinitely.
Like
1,000,000%, absolutely.
Is there any movie character that's better than the comic version? I mean, Iron Man's comic version was literally shifted.
He was lame.
He
shifted because, so I guess it is Iron Man, right? Mm-hmm. I wouldn't even say Wolverine. I think Wolverine's way cooler in comics than he is in movies.
He is a really cool movie version,
He's a great movie version.
But yeah, comics, I think the Green Lantern,
yeah, duh.
Obviously.
I
don't think so.
I don't know if Thanos is up there. No. Absolutely not.
Vulture?
No. He said Baron Zemo from Falcon Winter Soldier. That is so completely wrong. That is such a horrible characterization of Baron Zemo. You're actually so complete. I'm sorry. You're so wrong.
Yeah.
Compared to the comics version of Helmet Zero, No, I'm sorry. Kaiju, you have great opinions on a lot of other things, but you're so wrong on that one, dog.
Thanos is better in the movies. I mean, he really is. He's so cool in Infinity War. I'm not going to call that take like crazy.
I guess.
I think part of it, man, the part that's hard for me,
you gotta read Baron Zemo comics.
is like the visualization of Thanos. I like the comic one.
He
so
looks better.
Much
definitely
more.
looks better in comics.
I think you can say that about just about any one of these.
He definitely doesn't have the same weight in comics as he does in the movies. I'll tell you that. That's for sure.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to say that's wrong. I mean, Thanos. That's a good answer to this. I don't think I agree with it. It's acceptable.
I think
Ghost Rider, duh. Nicolas Cage. Come on.
Is that better than comic Ghost
better
Rider?
than any
That's
better than any
wild.
comic I've ever read?
That's wild.
I'm kidding. That's definitely not
so
true.
wrong.
Maybe if you factor.
I really want to try to find someone that's like objectively true besides Iron Man. Liz is saying like Vulture, and I can be like sure.
I don't know
Vulture
enough about
in
Vulture.
comics. I don't really. Yeah, I don't know much about him in comics.
Kinda
So like,
lame
sure,
looking
Michael
bird dude.
Michael Keaton's definitely got a cooler costume in the movie than in the comics.
I really like Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio, but he's not cooler than the comic version.
No,
not even close.
Not even close. Yeah. I mean, Nick Fury's another cop out though, because they designed Nick Fury like the Marcus Johnson Nick Fury Jr. is based off Samuel L. Jackson. So
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson's cooler than
It
that.
was either
version
I
of
get to
Nick
play
Fury.
him or I'm suing you. Nick Cage rumored for a Japanese Godzilla movie, by the way. Ooh.
I mean, yeah, literally. Old
Man,
Man
Four
Logan,
Stick Doom is definitely the best Doom. Yeah.
obviously.
Oh, Broken Figures, Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Is she in the top 5? Sorry, we're pivoting back to
Switch?
Broken Hero Clicks discussion.
Scarlet
The
Witch
rune
dropping
marker
the
was
rune
a
marker.
load of.
To be fair, she dropped a hex marker. Not a
clicks.
rune. Actually, she dropped a hex marker, not a rune marker. Agatha Harkness.
All right,
dropped the rune
guys.
marker.
I'm gonna turn the stream off. I got some, got some words. Yeah, Scarlet Witch has to be. She has to be a top 5 most broken figure. D plus Switch
Red Guardian
was only
is
a
an
major
incredible
issue with the
strategist and
Angler and
team
Mad
leader
Jim
in
to
the-
enable it. Fair enough. It's a Ghost Rider ATA situation. Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Yeah, it's fair. Otherwise, by herself, it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Honestly, ban Angler. Yeah, free movement
Angler's nuts, man.
continues to be pretty good. Pretty good. Movie versions,
I'm really trying to think.
dude. I've got nothing.
So like, I can write off all the Netflix shows. It's no, because Comic Daredevil way better, Punisher way better. Like so, like all the
Iron
Netflix shows.
Fist?
No, as in like,
You think comic Iron Fist is better than Chi Bullets? What?
get out of
Dude,
here, Ian.
come on,
Stop.
that's so good.
I'm
though.
Iron Fist, defender of Kunlun, sworn enemy of the hand. He said
Now.
that like 18 times. Yeah, now bang, bang, bang.
No, that
Kung
is-
Fu. Glock 9s.
Oh, Kung Fu. This is Kung. This is Fu.
Yeah, dude.
No, Iron Fist is probably the worst superhero show. I'll watch Green Lantern for the duration of the entirety of Iron Fist before I watch through that entire show again.
Is Iron Fist the worst superhero show?
Probably. I'd watch like old garbage before that. I'll watch the Green Hornet before that.
The worst superhero show, this is a cop-out, but it's the MODOK show on Hulu.
Ooh, that show
That's the
sucks.
worst. That's actually that show's a joke.
I was excited for that too.
I was too.
Patton
I was
Oswalt?
too.
That's
Yeah, dude. I
awesome.
was like, let's do it.
No, that show was horrible. Inhumans is. I actually never
Oh.
watched that one. I remember being excited for
Ironically,
it.
I was excited for it too. So the way Inhumans went, do you care if you get a spoiler?
No.
Every single thing.
Yeah?
Yeah. So every single thing about the Inhumans, I hate when shows do this. They took it away from them. In the first episode, they cut Medusa's hair. Unironically, they shave her bald. They put Black Bolt in a place where he can't use his powers. And like this is meant to be the master stroke of Maximus, right? But it's like, okay, but now as somebody who wants to get to know the Inhumans, I don't know what any of them do. They make, who's the smart guy? Who's like the worst one? I hate him so much. Karnak.
Yeah, Karnak.
He like loses, he gets like hit on the head, and so he has amnesia, so he can't tell what's wrong with anything. To be fair, he was insufferable. He's like an annoying character. I hate Karnak.
I kind of like his costume. He looks really goofy. The Supernova Karnak.
Oh,
was
that
also,
costume, sure.
Yeah, not the TV show.
And then they did something else. They like broke the Stomper guy's ankle or something. But like and they drowned Triton. Triton drowns. He breathes underwater, and they show him drowning. So like they literally write off all of the characters or like depower them. They lock Crystal in her room just straight up, so she just can't.
Grounded.
Yeah, it's so awful, dude. It's so awful. Yeah, the Inhuman show is just really, really, really bad. The Black Bolt, the actor that plays Black Bolt, did an amazing job though. The way he like purses his lips and is constantly like fighting to do anything, it's really good.
He goes to the casting and then he's like,
and they go, this guy, we got to get this guy. I guess I'm curious, how do you think the casting went for Black? How do you audition for Black Bolt? That's got to be tough. I got no lines. Like, what do you like? I really want to know. He must have.
So this is menacing walk number 6.
You know, like yeah. How do you?
Can you do number 5 again? Sure.
But yeah, that was a show.
Okay. Will.i.am in X-Men Origins Wolverine
As Azazel.
as no, he was Bishop, wasn't he?
No, he was teleporting. He was Azazel or something.
He was
He wasn't Bishop.
Yeah, I know he wasn't. I know
Will.i.am
he wasn't
was not Bishop.
Who did Will.i.am Wolverine? I'm just gonna type that. Was he Azazel?
He was some teleporter guy. Isn't it just Azazel and Nightcrawler? Are there any other teleporters?
Gosh,
Liz is saying Anton. Is that his name? Was it Anton?
I don't think it was Azazel. That does
It
not.
probably wasn't. It probably wasn't. But that's the only one. Oh, she's saying it was a made-up character. Then maybe I guess. Yeah.
Then he's way better than the comic version.
He's way better than the comic one.
Why can't I find?
Last Stand, Quentin Quire.
I wish
since
I
it
was
actually
cool enough
Quill. I
to
don't
just
even know what that
be
is.
Ian.I.am. Just make my name a restatement of itself.
Will
Like, yeah,
I
that's
am.
me.
Yeah.
Ian, that's me.
Wild. I don't know. I'm still like stumped on trying to figure out like what is a version where it's like.
John Wraith.
Oh, Anton played Black Bolt. Okay, yeah. John Wraith. That's a cool name.
John Wraith is canonically Nightcrawler's father in the X-Men Origins Wolverine timeline.
Oh, really?
Revealed in the video game time.
In the X-Men Origins. Oh,
wow, hey.
Thank goodness.
That game was actually pretty fun.
I think, yeah, I remember Simeon saying he liked. I never played it. But
You
I
could
know
get
Simeon
the
saying he
super
liked
M-rated edition with more blood. I'm not even kidding.
it. This sounds pretty epic. I'll take one copy, please.
For Epic gamers only. The Porcupine guy, they named him in Quentin Quire.
I mean, the Porcupine guy in She-Hulk, they named him Quentin Quire?
I thought that was like the guy who's, kind of like an Outback Steakhouse. Sorry. Not.
Jeez. Oh, an X-Men Last Stand. Oh, sure. I forgot about him.
I have not seen the original X-Men movies, and so I honestly could not. I remember like the Juggernaut scene.
I love that scene so much. Obviously, who doesn't? That scene rocks. Spike, the female version. I liked Spike because I loved X-Men Evolution as a kid. That was one of my favorite TV shows, and Spike is like an original character to that show.
Isn't it just basically Marrow, though?
Yeah, it's just Marrow.
It's just Marrow.
Pretty much just Marrow. But he had a skateboard, and he was Aurora's nephew or something. Yeah. I really can't think.
I don't think there's a better movie. It's basically Iron Man.
I think it's just Iron Man is the better movie version. There's some people arguing for
maybe
Thanos.
Dr. Octopus. Spider-Man 2 was an incredible movie.
No, because all the Superior Octopus stuff and everything just makes Dr. Octopus.
I'm saying maybe. I'm not even saying I agree with that.
Sure.
To be clear. How about New Goblin?
So I was thinking.
How about Topher Grace
Goblin.
Venom?
I was honestly thinking you could argue probably Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Maybe not Norman Osborn, but Green Goblin?
I don't know. He's pretty.
Yeah, that's fair.
The Spider-Man, the minimal Spider-Man that I've read, when Green Goblin gets involved, I'm pretty happy about it.
Paul Coates, I'm not going to lie, I just don't want to talk about The Boys. I have no energy to talk about The Boys.
The Boys, yeah.
Probably is better than the comics. The comics is horrible. But the show's also, I don't know. I have no
The show
energy.
was good, but
No
it
energy for The
it
Boys.
feels like every season of that show ends the same way, is what I'll
get
say.
you next time, Homelander.
But I can't because
Oi, but you can't kill me because I've got
Homelander needed to die in like season 2.
Ugh.
But then it's like, oh, how does the show continue? Someone can take his place. It's just like when the illusion of Homelander being a good guy is like broken.
Yeah.
It becomes less interesting. I think It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia kind of
I
suffered
agree
from
with
the
that.
same problem.
Yeah.
Where they're all like secretly bad people in a way. Like they're obviously very apparently bad as well. But the things that they hide become more apparent, more of their personality. Like they become more comfortable, and it's like, it's not as fun when it's like
When it's on the wall,
blatant.
it's just right, obvious. Yeah.
And that's what Homelander was. It was just very much, I don't know. That show lost me.
Kang is up there, obviously.
For
Kang,
better movie
Yeah,
version?
Kang just
Yeah,
was so
Kang,
strong.
yeah.
Kang was so great. Honestly,
Yeah, I
you
love
could
that part where Ant-Man
You could
beat
actually
him.
probably say Scott Lang Ant-Man. But I haven't really read any Scott Lang
Haven't read
Ant-Man,
any
so I
Ant-Man.
can't argue. I just really do like the first Ant-Man movie a lot.
I know you can't say Hawkeye. I've only read a couple Hawkeye comics, but both of them, like, this
Hawkeye,
is really good.
Just Hawkeye in West Coast Avengers alone is better, way better than the movie Hawkeye.
Hawkeye in all of his Thunderbolt stuff is super cool, too. Yeah, Hawkeye's just a great comic character and kind of a garbage one on screen. Don't
Maybe
love him.
Nebula. Sure, Paul Cote. I could say Nebula. Again, I've probably read nothing with Nebula in it. Probably literally read nothing with Nebula in it.
It's like, it's just shock value like in Saw. Once you've seen it, like halfway,
Yeah.
you've seen it all. Yeah, I would agree with that. That's very much how I
Yeah.
feel about The Boys. You know, another show that I was really into that just never picked back up was Umbrella Academy.
Man, I loved the first 2 seasons of it.
Yeah.
I
'Cause
loved
they-
that show, man.
Dude, it was
that show
so
so
good.
good.
And then it didn't come out again for another like 2 years or
And
something.
then I just didn't want to.
never went
I
back
just
to
didn't
it.
really want to watch it.
But also, this was during COVID times. And I think during COVID, shows were somehow just like you tricked yourself into them being better than they actually were.
Yeah, it's fair.
I don't know why that is. Can't explain it. But I do think there was some phenomena going on there where
Probably.
the things that came out during
Bored out of your
COVID are
mind.
revered
Peak.
to be better. I mean, Tiger King, what the heck?
I specifically didn't watch that show because I was so tired of it.
You know?
People just, I didn't like. I don't even want to know. Don't even want to know.
I watched it before it got to that point because I just like documentaries anyway. I was like, yeah, that was a good
Simeon
documentary.
Bruce. Here's your beard and glasses, you hipster.
I mean, just saying.
This guy.
Just saying. Like, I know it's not like it was like, oh yeah, I saw it like a month before anyone was talking
Yeah,
about it.
that's
I don't think
fair.
it was that big.
Yeah.
I just happened to watch it and I was like, oh, that was good. And then all the buzz happened. I was like, yeah, it was good.
A COVID show that like didn't come out during COVID, but like got revitalized because of it was Clone High, and I'd never watched Clone High before. Did you not ever? It was
It
popular.
sounds vaguely familiar.
So it was an animated show about like these cloned versions of famous historical people. It was Joan of Arc, it was Abraham Lincoln and Gandhi, and then like JFK was like popular clones. But they were all teenagers, they were all in high school, right? And it was an old MTV show, and they actually had like a song or a musical guest every episode. It was really silly, it was really ridiculous, but it had great humor. It had a lot of deadpan humor, it had a lot of just outrageous settings because these are all every single character in that high school was a teenaged cloned version of a real person from history. And it was really fun. It was a really fun show. But that show got a huge boon because of, in COVID, for some reason, it just circulated. And a ton of people watched it. A ton of like TikTok-y Gen Z kids watched it and made a ton of content about it. I like your funny words, Magic Man. You've probably seen that. No? That's like the premiere, I think, meme from it. Was like
Maybe.
JFK. I like your funny words, Magic. Yeah, it's pretty popular.
I still can't believe that's from the lead singer of My Chemical Romance, and he's wrote a bunch of Doom Patrol and some Spider-Verse stuff. The Boys? Is that right?
No. The lead singer from Chemical Romance wrote Umbrella Academy.
Oh, Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Gerard Way.
Yeah, I never listened to that band.
Well, I had a sister, so
Yeah, I was gonna
did.
say I remember the girls who
I did.
definitely had the T-shirts.
I
out
had
there.
to. It always bothered me because our ranch, the ranch we grew up on, my mother's ranch, is Medicine Creek Ranch, or Creek Ranch, whatever. And we always
say
called
Crick.
it. Yeah, it is. That's the proper name of our ranch. So it was Medicine Creek Ranch.
There you go.
And we always called it MCR. So when I saw someone with a shirt that said MCR, I was like, oh, how do they know?
I'm getting too famous.
I was like, wow, what's this? And then I found out My Chemical Romance, that's their whatever. And I was like, oh, well, these guys, to me, to 13, 14-year-old me, I'm like, these guys sound awful. I don't like them.
I didn't. Yeah.
How dare
no,
they?
I never got down with them either, man. Wasn't my style. Not my cup of tea.
Liz is great thing. She said Lincoln was her favorite. Lincoln's kind of the main character of Clone High. The episode where he forces himself to stay awake is like one of my favorites. I think it's really funny. He was like awake for like a week.
Look up a picture of this because I feel like when I see it,
You probably will. It's got a very distinct style. It's this very flat 2D animated show. I tried to rewatch when it had a reboot of it. It was so-so. I don't know if you can really capture.
Oh
spark.
yeah,
Yeah.
You've totally shown me. I've seen
It's
this
so
on
fun.
HBO.
It's such a fun show.
I haven't seen it. I've seen it scrolling through HBO. Yeah, okay, for sure. Did you ever watch The Rehearsal, season 1 or 2, with Nathan Fielder? That's really good.
Is it?
The second season was really funny.
That's
I don't
Nathan
know.
Fielder's Nathan For You guy.
Yeah.
I've never seen like that show all the way through. I've seen like episodes here and there.
See, that's okay. So in the past, we've talked about how it's like some music I think is meant to be listened to in albums.
Yeah.
That's a show that's like just like sit down and lock in.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because by the end of it, by the end of Nathan For You, you still don't really fully understand him. But there's just these like, I don't know, just these pieces of that show that are just so like, who is this guy? Like, why? What is he doing?
Yeah, no, he's funny.
And it's so
weird.
funny. There was like I like put that show on one day, like when Luke was like visiting me in college, and we ended up watching. Like we didn't even go out that night. We just ended up watching Nathan For You because we were both like, I don't care. I want to.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Another HeroClix related story there.
Oh, whoa.
It's not
Talking about HeroClix?
talking about HeroClix.
No, oh, geez, it's like midnight, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, maybe we'll close out with this. It's
Maybe
not even
here.
that good of a story.
Oh,
But Luke and I needed one more Thanos to complete our Thanos collection at the time, to have
Okay.
one of every one of them. And it was the, not the Infinity Challenge, the Universe Thanos, which used to be cheaper than the Infinity, or used to be more expensive than the Infinity Challenge one, prior to the Legacy card. Because remember how you couldn't use the Universe one?
yes,
Because
Purple Ring.
it wasn't-
It was different set
No,
number.
not a Purple
different,
Ring.
Yeah, different set number. Yeah.
Yeah, different set number, different set. But I was like, we were both pretty drunk, and I was like, all right, well, I'll buy this Thanos if you buy me a drink downtown.
So
and it
funny.
came in the mail like 4 or 5 days later. I was like, oh yeah, that happened.
That's
It's kind
awesome.
of funny. Still have it though. It's a good one. Great one for the collection.
Oh, I actually do have a cool, fun little click story that I'll share with the class. So earlier this week, I just went ahead and put on, so at my gym we have like TVs and stuff, and typically we put on whatever sport is popular. I guess it's tennis right now. Tennis and soccer is whatever. But I always change one of the TVs to either like a video game stream, like Doom or Marvel Rivals or whatever. But this week I was like, I'm going to put on U.S. Nationals. I'm going to put on one of the live streams from Dial H. And so I put that on. And then I had a gym member later that day walk up to me and go, is that you on like the TV?
You should have said no.
I was like, no,
Nah.
I'm not wearing a cowboy hat. That's not me.
Wouldn't do that. Not really my style.
That was like what I was doing when I was in Ohio. Like, 'cause I had a good, I've talked to this gym member before, and he was like, "Is that HeroClix?" And I'm like, "Oh,
I didn't realize that you were.
okay.
I didn't realize you were a man of
So
culture.
what's good, And then he goes like, "How much has changed since the Deadpool set?" And I go, "Which Deadpool set? Because that's pretty big gap." And he's like, "The one with the unicorn." I'm like, "Okay,
Yeah.
a lot has changed." I kind
Quite
of
a
told him about
bit.
some of the changes, and he was like, "Well, like, man, are there any good Venoms in HeroClix?" And I'm like, "Yeah, there's some pretty good, like, decent Eddie Brocks, I guess. Like, a lot of the good Venoms are kind of like alternate characters and stuff. Like, yo, I love that stuff. Like all this, like, right?" And then he was like, "Yeah, dude, I don't know, like, if you like play HeroClix, like, I would totally get back into it." And I'm like, "Now we're talking." So
There you
then
go.
I scrounged up a couple of Venoms that I had, and I brought them to him the next day I came in, and I was like, "All right, cool, man." So
Now
we
you're
got
hooked.
like one person. The goal is to get everybody in my gym playing HeroClix. Fortunately, this is the second
Only
time.
reason I'm working.
This is
there.
the second time that somebody has brought up HeroClix to me in the gym. And the first time was like, "You play HeroClix, right?" And I'm like, "I don't know how that member possibly knew, because I'd never interacted with that one before." He like stopped me dead in my tracks. I was like, "What do you mean?" And like this guy like walked in the office. I was like, "Perfect, sweet, dude. Let's
There
get
you
you
go.
hooked." So I'm really hoping. Hope he gets hooked.
There's a GI robot sitting on the valet stand of my job. Because
Nice.
one of them was like, "Yeah, I watched Creature Command." I was like, "Have they made GI Robot?" I was like, "They actually just did." It was like a couple months after
Very,
Master of Time. I
very
was like,
recently.
"Yes." I was like, "I'll bring one in for you." He's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, of course."
That rocks.
So he's been sitting there.
I want to try to find some HeroClix I want to display in the office
Yeah.
that I feel chill displaying there.
Should bring in a Scarlet Witch for old Anthony.
Yeah.
That's his favorite.
Somebody, I don't know. We'd have to see. I have to try to find some. I think Flex Metallo would be a good gym HeroClix to bring in there.
Sure.
I think he's a good one.
I think you just got to throw the Jurassic League in there.
It's so big. It's so big.
Entire Jurassic League.
I just want a little
I think
something.
you just got to toss a little Galactus, Just one of these.
Just a little Galactus.
these
Just toss a little
bangers in there.
Galactus in your office. Yeah, I
Why
want like
not?
a nice little.
Why not?
Why
It's a
not?
nice little display piece.
Just a nice. Jeez, man. Oh my
I don't know.
gosh.
All right. Well, Superman opening this Friday. Are you guys going? Probably.
We discussed it. Probably, yeah.
Probably going on Friday, yeah. We'll see.
Not Thursday night. Friday night.
Probably not there. I got to work Thursday.
Okay, maybe Friday night.
Probably Friday night.
Yeah, it'd be chill. Oh yeah, I got to work early Friday morning, so I would prefer Friday night versus Thursday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tight. It's probably when we'll go see Superman. We'll give you guys a star-spangled review on the podcast.
That shouldn't be a Star Spangled review.
We'll give you a spangled star
There
review.
you go.
I'd say Superman's more of a spangled star than a star spangler.
Yeah, he's not really a Star Spangled guy.
What does spangled mean?
Covered in? What does it mean to be spangled?
You should know this.
I should. I actually feel
Well,
like
I feel spangled by this personally. I'm very spangled right now. I'm spangling.
a small, often circular piece of sparkling metal, a small sparkling object. Spangles of sunlight. Spangled. So it's a sparkling.
So Superman is.
So the stars spangle. So that's why it's the Star Spangled Banners, because the stars are like shine. Okay, that makes
So
sense.
yeah, it's Superman you could call a spangled
I could
star.
call him Spangled Star.
He's just a shiny
it's the
guy.
sun,
He's a
yeah.
star of the show in the Superman
Wow.
movie. From what I have seen of the trailers of Superman, I really do not have.
Oh, I totally will. I think I will wear my Guy Gardner jacket on Friday. Absolutely.
Don't have much for expectations. Was that dog scene real or was I hallucinating? Did you see that clip at all?
Of like the dog.
He like
bouncing
flies into
on-
Lex Luthor's office.
I think that was real.
That was real.
I think,
Okay.
I think that was a real one. I've actually not watched a lot of the most recent trailers
He's like,
of it.
what dog? He's like, you know
Oh, I
what
do
dog
think-
I'm
yeah,
talking
I
about.
think it is real. Yeah.
And then like Lex like drinks like his cup and he's
Coffee or
like,
something.
he's like, you're an idiot. He's like, you're dumb or something like
Oh,
that.
that's
And
really
Superman's like, you did not say that.
that doesn't sound. I don't know. The way you're describing that scene doesn't sound very Superman-y of him.
It doesn't.
Mm,
And that's why I was like, this could have been AI and I was fooled. You know.
maybe it was. I thought I saw that on
The
Twitter.
Superman dog scene, does anyone know? That's what we'll leave it on. Was that real? Where he flies in and he's questioning if Lex, like, I think,
I'm-
killed his dog.
Yeah, I'm just really curious. There's a lot of stuff going on, and if this was, I don't know. I think if it was under any other grounds, I wouldn't be as cautiously optimistic. I'm like, obviously, I'm not a big Superman fan at all, but I'm really curious how Lex Luthor and Guy are going to be done. And there's a lot of other characters like Metamorpho.
Metamorpho's the big one I'm looking
stoked for
forward to,
Metamorpho.
just because it's Hank.
But every time I see stuff in this movie, I'm just like, it looks so weird. You know, he fights like this giant weird kaiju axolotl thing, and there's like, I don't know if you've seen like the Metamorpho baby action figure.
No.
Have you not? Oh, dude, it's like so much stuff in this movie. I'm like, what is this movie about? What is this What is
It
this
is
possibly?
real, okay.
Yeah.
Concerning.
Hmm.
Baby Metamorpho, that's interesting. Well, you remember, I
Oh,
think
Guy has a toy. I am excited to get all the Guy Gardner toys. This is probably the most merch Guy Gardner will get,
ever.
like ever.
Unless he somehow becomes the fan favorite. I mean,
I would
I'm
love
doubting
that to be this universe, Ian. Even I don't
not.
think that's
No,
possible.
it's not happening.
You know? But yeah, I already saw a few Guy Gardner action figures, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get my hands on a couple of
I mean,
these.
Black Adam, had that movie been more successful, it's like the JSA could have
Oh,
been a bigger
dude.
talking point.
The
So Dwayne The Rock Johnson
The amount of-
killed one of my favorite
Yeah.
groups, potentially.
dude, the amount of edgelord Black Adam fans that would have been out if that movie had done well.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. The amount
Think
of
about
Black
it.
Adam shirts that divorced dads would be wearing around.
Just Dr. Fate
Through the
getting his
roof.
time in the sun. Adam Smasher being on the forefront of DC.
That was cool for once, yeah.
Could have been. What could have been. Oh, yeah. Looking forward to the Champion Clicks Open. Yeah, man. It's going to be awesome. Saw them packing up. That was a fun day. I got some messages of it all being like shipped into Florida, and it's just like the back of a truck.
Oh, it's probably an insane
And
amount
it
of
was
stuff
just
for all these.
Pallets like taller
kids.
than me. Yeah, it's nuts. So I
Taller
know
than
David's
you?
like piecing all that together, and then a handful of that will be sent my way to wheel and deal. So yeah, but it's
There you go.
it's finally like all done, which is very nice. Well, for the most part, still got to put together the massive list of where all the events are, when they're happening, and then make a big post of that. But that will probably be coming either tomorrow or sometime Monday.
Probably sometime Monday.
I'd guess sometime Monday.
Yeah.
I have most of them written down now. I just need to, go through them and finalize them. I know we were messaging a few people about finalizing a few things today too, but for the most part, it's done. And David's working his tail off to make that happen too. So
Yep.
hats off, Mr. David. All right, guys,
Yeah,
it's like
let's see him
midnight.
Wear a hat.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm not a hat guy.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's good.
See, it's your phone.
It's my phone? Oh, yeah, it is my phone.
Yeah.
That's right.
I
Not
get
used
it.
to this.
I can get it.
All right,
Bye, guys. Happy
Later.
trails. Have a good one. Thanks for chilling. Thanks for hanging with us.
I'm just so used to
everybody.
you being the guy who cuts
That's
it.
true. I'll cut it.